down to 30 seconds in the action. Alina for the Cougars up to her feet. Now she's got to escape the lock of Sharon to get the point. Looks like she's going to pick it up. The official signals, 1 point escape. We are on our feet. Sharon with a 2-1 lead here as we close out the last 12 seconds in the first period. Nice single attack by Alina, but defended by Sharon. She's got a sprawl on there. She's putting her weight on it, making it hard to take that leg off the mat.
Okay, so I've just been informed that as the round ends there, looks like Alana scored a few points. I'm not entirely sure what for. But I've been informed that for the first part of that, we were not transmitting audio through. I apologize for that. I believe we are now. So once again, if you're wondering, this is a duel against Warden for the Royal Knights. This is Sharon Arroyo versus Alana Castro, 100-pounders. I am Peyton Livingston, a commentator, as well as Ben Orth, who is here because I don't know anything about wrestling.
All right, Fred, so if you're just joining us, sorry for the audio trouble, but we are excited to bring wrestling again. We've got a matchup between the Knights of Royal. Ooh, a nice tilt attempt by Alina. Between the Knights of Royal and the Cougars of Warden, we have 4 girl matches, and then we'll send it right into the varsity boy action. So this is Sharon Arroyo, currently ranked 5th in the state small girls division. She is trailing, though, by a score of 3-2, but looking to get either an escape or potentially a reversal if she can get her head out of that lock on the far side of the mat.
Sharon did take out to an early 2-point lead here in this match and had control of her was on her back for most of that first round there. Sharon, on her little info sheet that we have here, says she's only been wrestling for 2 years, and this has been a pretty good showing for only 2 years of experience, I feel like.
Yeah, we offer kind of the regular season, and then we do the postseason and into what we call Phase 2, which is a chance to do freestyle wrestling, Greco wrestling, USA wrestling, and Sharon joined us for a lot of that. But I'll tell you what, she's got a tough match right now with Alina down 3-5 with less than 1 minute left. Alina doing a nice job on this tilt. She's trying to get Sharon's shoulder blades exposed. Sharon's able to stay off her back. No near fault count, so the score's going to remain the same, 3-5. But Sharon's got to figure out how to get out of that hand control.
And she'll only have 35 seconds to do it left in this round. We'll see if
Sharon's going to have to try to square up, get her leg to the mat.
She's got to get her leg down.
There we go. She's going to pick up a 1 point escape, folks. We got a good match now. 5-4, the advantage for Alana.
Sharon got that early takedown. Let's see if she can repeat that here.
There she is. She's on a fireman's dump here. Well, it's kind of a semi-fireman's dump. She's in a seatbelt position. She's going to try to drive that over. Alina in what's called a wizard. Sharon comes back.
She's got her down.
Oh,
is she going to get the pin? No.
She's getting near fault. She hit a pancake. Beautiful. 2 seconds left. Oh, what a way to end the second round. She's going to pick up 2 on the takedown, 3 on the near fault, 5 points total to bring her to a 9-5 advantage.
That's a great way to end that round. As far as I'm concerned, picking up 5 points, that has to be big going into this third round.
Absolutely. You know, wrestlers, we want to be dangerous. We want to be able to do moves that build up extra points, and that was a 5-point move, so great job for Sharon. Alina selects the bottom position. She's trailing by 4 as we head into this third and potentially final round. High school match is 3 rounds, 2 minutes each. If the score is tied, it'll head into sudden victory. What a match we got, Peyton. This is a great way to kick off the night.
This does. Like I said at the top of the broadcast here, I don't know if you can hear it, but I don't know very much about wrestling. I did. I wrestled a little bit when I was younger, but it just wasn't ever for me. But this has been quite exciting so far.
Yeah,
good back and forth between these two.
I agree. Oh, Sharon's got to get her hips up. You don't want to lay on your belly here. It makes it easy to get the reversal. These girls are tired as well. They've been working hard. So a 2-point reversal.
2 points there.
7-9.
She's within 2 now. Can Castro make this comeback? I guess maybe it's a comeback. Maybe it's not. Depends on where you start watching.
Yep. Now you got to give credit to both these girls. They have been really putting it out there.
This has been a very tough match between these two. Sharon's got to not let herself roll over onto her back, and she is going to get near fall. Shoulders are up, though. She gets pinned. Castro takes the win in our first match here. It was a well-fought match between both of those. Good back and forth, good struggle, and in the end, Sharon just couldn't quite get her shoulders up, it looked like.
Yeah, nice job by Alina running that half Nelson, being tenacious on it. Good match, great opening, Again, if you're new to wrestling, there's a lot of technique, and those girls really put it on display. All right, this next matchup is going to be Jara of Royal, Jara Rodriguez at 110 pounds, taking on Brianna Lee Martinez. Now, Martinez, Peyton, this is what the head girls coach daughter. Now, she spent some serious time this summer. She went to what's called an intensive camp down in Idaho, and she had a great camp. That's Martinez of Warden. She's a really committed wrestler. I believe she's a junior. She has her hopes on being a state placer this year. Jara for the Knights. You want to tell us about her?
Yeah, Jara, well, it sounds like she's got her work cut out for her. She is a junior. This is also her second year wrestling. That's all I really know about her, honestly. I don't know these wrestlers, some of these wrestlers as well as I wish I could do, but she's down 2 points now as Martinez is taking this takedown and is on her back. Jara's desperately trying to get up. It looks like Martinez trying to go for maybe a half Nelson.
Yeah, I'll tell you about Jara on bottom here for the Knights. She's done a great job. Kind of went from not knowing anything about the sport to falling in love with it. She's been one of our girls that's been traveling down to Yakima, doing her own training. They're at one of the elite clubs called Ascend. So, Jara wrestling one of the state's better B wrestlers for sure in Brianna Lee Martinez. And she's holding her own on bottom.
She definitely is holding her own. She's only given up 2 points and is not letting her turn onto her back. Maybe I should stop talking. I might have jinxed her there. Shoulders still up, though. And you
see the official's looking for...
Yeah.
What the official's looking for there, Peyton, is he's looking for 2 consecutive seconds of the shoulder blades being pressed against the mat. So it's not just that you're on the mat, but your shoulder blades have to be pushed up against that mat for 2 seconds.
For 2 seconds, okay.
A lot of people think it's 3 seconds due to watching,
Well, that's what...
fake wrestling on TV.
Fake wrestling. That is my experience with wrestling is the WWE mostly. So I'm just very confused why these chairs are on the side and not being used.
Nobody's clubbing them over the head. I got you.
I wish.
All right, action now, 120 pounds. This is going to feature Daisy Santiago for the Knights at 120 pounds, and she'll be taking on Danica Escamilla.
Daisy, a 120-pound junior. This is her 3rd year wrestling.
Daisy, aggressive right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
In on a double.
Good sprawl, though, there from Escamilla.
Yeah, I will tell you, Warden doesn't have, 100 girls, but the girls they do have that are out are pretty good, are really good wrestlers.
Yeah.
Good job of Daisy to get what we call a knee slide power position. She's trying to get her chest tall.
Trying to just get up on those points.
Escamilla, though, running a pretty serious wrist and a half, making it tough on Daisy to get off that bottom position. Good pressure on top.
And already down 2-0. She's got to find some sort of, I want to say offense just from basketball, but...
No, you're right. It's absolutely right. Yeah, we want to go from defense to offense, so we got to get onto our position, our holds.
Sounds like the best offense in wrestling is definitely good defense.
Well, or vice versa. The best defense is good offense. So we're down to less than a minute in the opening round.
Either way, it doesn't look like Daisy's finding much of anything. As you say, we are at 50 seconds left in this round. Getting close to being out, getting close to a pin.
Good arm bar
but
there.
Her arm is her shoulders are definitely up off the mat as she's just, I don't know what exactly the out of bounds rules are, but she's on the line, but she is going to get pinned. 3 straight wins here for the Cougars.
Yeah, so let's talk about that just so our viewers, as we learn and get educated on wrestling. Rules changed a few years back that if your shoulder blades were out of bounds, you could not officially get pinned. But now, if your shoulder blades are out of bounds, but other parts of the wrestler are still in bounds, a pin can still occur. All right, here we go. Bumping up now to 130 pounds. This is Lauren Jenks for the Knights against Ashley Cruz for the Cougars.
Now, Lauren Jenks, a sophomore. She's got 4 years of experience. It says on her sheet here that she placed 5th at districts last year, and she's definitely one to watch out for. She's very explosive is what I've heard. And a little bit of sneaky. Like, she looks like she might be getting close to being pinned, and then all of a sudden she's on top and she's in control. So this could be a fun match to watch. I don't know necessarily about Cruz here for Warden, but I know Lauren is definitely one of our better wrestlers. So,
you know, Lauren coming out right away looking for that single. She's got to try to get that elevated into the air. She's going to blow her over, it looks like.
Get her down.
Get the 2-point takedown. Lauren coming out tonight with the tough, what do we call that hairdo? That's like, you always see it in MMA fighter, you know, ladies.
Yeah.
Cornrows, I guess. Is what we're looking for.
Yeah, I'm not very hip on the hairstyles either, but Cruz here is doing a great job not letting Lauren flip her over. As Lauren just looks to obviously flip her over and look for that pin.
Yeah,
Lauren doesn't seem like one who'd want to win on points. She'd want to get pins every single time, and obviously that's probably the goal. But especially Lauren, she's very aggressive and fair and pretty feisty.
Yeah, you were mentioning 4 years in the program. Lauren's one of the handful of girls on our team that have come up through the ranks, wrestling in the little guy program, and got to give her a lot of credit for that, going in there and wrestling with the boys at times. And now she's got a cradle. She's got to try to get that back. Here she's in a position she wants to bump her hips into her, then hop off the backside. If that's not available, there's other ways to take it over. You can take it straight back. You can also look to take it over the top.
Cruz is looking to counter, though. Will she get it? And she does. Now Lauren's
12 seconds left.
12 seconds left of the round. We're tied at 2. Lauren's, though, looking to stand up.
Yeah, Lauren needs to be a little more patient in there. She's trying to rush that. Here she hits a sit-out.
She looks like she might
face her.
Might get up. Round's going to expire.
And you're going to see no points go on the board there. Even though Lauren was up, you got to turn and face your opponent there.
That flip is going to go to Lauren Jenks. She's going to choose the down position. Now, why don't you talk me through the strategy of choosing up or down?
Yeah, so at the end of the round, you see the official, like you mentioned, flip the. We'll see if Lauren gets out here. Flip the coin, and it'll either go green or red. If it's your choice, then your coach typically is going to tell you where he wants you to go. Now, in a case like Lauren, if you're a better wrestler, you typically are going to take the bottom position to try to get away and get that extra escape point.
Yeah.
And then be able to go on your feet and look for takedowns. But it's a strategy. If somebody's really good on top, you might say, hey, go on top and see if you can turn them over. Yeah. So there is a lot of strategy, and that's where you want to look to your coach. And they're going to hopefully make the best decision and put you in the best
Coach Villa there, you might have been able to see, he did signal for Lauren to go down, so that is probably why she chose that. Yeah, Coach Villa is a great coach.
She almost got out right away. But now she's to her feet.
She stood up, but she's still got that hold. Cruz has still got that hold and looking to drive her down again. Lauren, relentless. Going to get taken down again.
Again, viewers, no points here because there's not been a change in who is on top and bottom. Lauren needed to fight hands there, Paige. When she got onto her feet, she needed to get hand control, break that grip.
Push out, break the grip.
Oh, nice job. The other girl run her over right there. Oh, there's a nice snap.
We're under a minute left in the round as Jenks scores a point, puts her up 3-2. She's got a single leg takedown.
Yeah.
She's going to get it. That'll be 2 more points for her. She'll be up now 5-2, 38 seconds left.
Nice work in the last 20 seconds. Lauren picking up the escape for 1 point and then the takedown for 2.
Cruz, though, escapes.
Yeah, Cruz able to kick out of that.
Does get the 1 point, though Jenks is right back on the attack, and it's going to get countered, though.
That's a pretty nice move.
And Cruz is going to pick up 2 more points for 5, tying us up at 5.
That move right there, Peyton, was called a slide by. A pretty technical move that Ashley was able to hit there for the Cougars. Pretty technical as we got 5 seconds left. Looks like we're going to run out of time. And here we are, buddy, knotted up in another tight match, just like that opening one between Sharon and Alana.
Yeah, this has been a very good match so far. Lauren and Ashley both not wanting to relent, not wanting to let the other one win. I don't know much about Ashley's resolve. She doesn't go to score, but I do know Lauren, she's never going to give up, so I would imagine Ashley's about the same way.
Oh, she's got a good half here. She's got a wrist and a half. That's going to be a score.
That's going to be
anytime you get that wrist and that half, it's going to be
She's got her down, but they're going to call for the pin. Lauren picks up Royal's first win of the night in what I believe is the last girls match for right now.
Yep. Good job by Lauren getting that wrist and a half and running that thing over. And so now, friends, we've got some matches coming up between the boys. We'll do a couple JV matches, and then it looks like we'll get into the varsity action. Hey, if you haven't if you haven't seen a varsity match, wrestling match, I encourage you to stick with us this whole duel. It's going to be very tight. These teams pretty evenly matched. We'll talk you through the scoring, how the team points work, and all that stuff. If you're brand new, should be pretty dang good.
Yeah, so far, Warden picked up 3 of the wins there in the girls' match, but Lauren was able to pick up 1 for Royal. I don't know if there's necessarily the scoring to this duel here, but up here I can keep track. So
you bet. And
who do we got here?
We've got an exhibition match for the Knights. It's going to be Carlos Barajas. Not sure who we got going for the Cougars, as we only have the varsity matchups up here in the booth. But Carlos, a freshman, started wrestling last year in 8th grade.
Yeah,
Carlos going to give up the 2-point takedown. Carlos, in addition to being a wrestler, he is an outstanding cross-country runner,
yeah,
so I don't think his lungs are going to run tired.
Says here on our little sheets here, state cross-country participant. So,
yeah, he was
obviously,
as a freshman, he was the Knights' #1 runner. Actually was awarded the MVP of the cross-country team. So
that's
still
very impressive.
Incredibly impressive. There you go, 2-point reversal there. Still picking up the sport of wrestling, but one thing I know about Carlos is he's going to work hard every time.
If you're gonna be MVP of the cross-country team, you're definitely not going to give up either. And I feel like that tenacity, that grit is something that you would really want in a wrestler.
Can't agree with you more, buddy. That ability to just fight through hard circumstances, situations, never give up. Oh, he's going to try to stack that right there.
Yeah, the ability to literally take a beating and keep going has to be one of the biggest values you'd want in a wrestler.
Well, it's such an amazing sport. It's 1 versus 1, and how much growth is there in that? Just to go out there and do your best, and to be willing to, sometimes you're going to find guys that are better than you, and you just got to live with it and keep growing and getting better. And Carlos is one of those kids. Just appreciate his attitude. He's just a grinder, just going to keep working even though he's brand new to the sport.
So there we had an out-of-bounds call, and then Carlos gets to go on top. Could you walk me through the rules of why that happened?
Yeah, so you see that big white circle that's going in the out-of-bounds line. If the wrestler's action carries out of bounds, and for instance in this case Carlos was the top wrestler, and if he was still in the top position when action went out of bounds, clock stops, just like a basketball going out of bounds. Action restarts with the wrestlers going back to where the top guy is in the same starting position.
As we wind down time here on the first round, we're tied up at 2. Carlos was in the top position there. Is really working him most of the match. You see Coach Darren Miller over there coaching him up. It'll be Carlos's choice. He makes an X sign. I believe that I would take that to mean defer.
Yeah, that's right. So the wrestler can do 4 choices. You can say I want to be top, bottom, neutral, which means on your feet, or you can defer the decision to the 3rd period and give the other opponent the 2nd round choice. Well, a little flip Granby there, Granby. Carlos did a great job of following that Granby action.
So
excellent job following the hips.
Carlos defers that. They give
Carlos
the choice
is
to
working
Warden,
a half here. He's going to try
down.
drive that wrist down. If he can drive that wrist down strong, he'll start to pick up some near fall
Looks
points.
like he's got him in a half. He's trying to drive him over into that pin.
Warden wrestler able to turn his hips away. Good action by both wrestlers. Good offense and good defense as well. Carlos
going to drive him.
Hey, I think he's going to get this one. He's a little deeper. He's got to run those feet.
Close,
drive that wrist down
you
the
got to drive those feet into the mat and just roll them over.
Okay, if he can break a 45-degree angle, Peyton, think about our geometry classes.
Oh, I didn't pass that.
Okay, well, we'll walk you through it.
I did pass that for everyone that's at home watching.
You're messing. I got you. Yeah.
Okay,
here we go.
He's got him on one shoulder. Can he get him on the other?
Okay, Peyton, we see that official. He's counting,
I believe, seconds.
Yep, so if you can get at least 2 seconds, you're going to pick up 2 points near fault. If you can get 5 seconds, the referee will stop counting as he did there, and you pick up 3 points. So 5 or more seconds is 3 points. So Carlos doing a great job picking up 3 near fault to extend his lead now 5-2.
5-2. If you haven't noticed, up there in the top right corner of your screen is the match time and the point totals. Royal would be on the left-hand side. Warden would be on the right. So.
Okay, Carlos, a little bit of trouble here. He's got to sprawl back. Oh, he gave up his hips.
Gave up his hips. That's going to be 2 points for Warden.
Yeah, and you'll see that referee kind of make that circular motion with his hands.
That's the traveling signal. He traveled.
That's the traveling signal in basketball, and in wrestling, that is the reversal signal.
Okay.
2 points anytime you can go from the bottom position to the top. So Carlos is going to try to work hard here in 10 seconds. He needs to pick up a 1-point escape.
Close to out of bounds.
Oh, that should be locking hands right there. Yep, there it is. The official doing a great job, and we'll walk you through that, Peyton.
Yes,
good job by
please
the
do.
official. Not all of the time does the official catch that. But when you're the top wrestler, you are not allowed to lock hands around the body or the legs if you've already been declared the top wrestler.
Okay.
So you can put your hands around a head and an arm, a head and a leg, but not the body itself and not the legs. And the reason behind that, Peyton, is it's really hard to get away from somebody. That could be a safety issue, but it's also exceptionally hard to get away from somebody if you just lock your hands around. So we want to give that bottom wrestler a chance to work moves and get away.
Okay, so off that, I believe, would you call that a penalty then?
It is a 1-point penalty.
Okay, so.
Yep. And if you continue to do that a second time, it's another 1-point penalty. The third time you do an illegal move, whether it's a locking hands or a full Nelson or an illegal slam, what may be it, then it's 2 points. And the fourth time, Peyton, it's actually match
It's
over.
just disqualification. All right.
Disqualification.
I was wondering when the disqualification came in. So Carlos, of course, would be down there, and it looks like he picks up a
Now, great job
bit of a
Carlos
reversal into
getting-
the sprawl.
No points yet. He's got to work his way around that wrestler. He's going to keep moving. There it is.
There it
2
is. There's 2
points.
points for him. And he's down 8-4 here in the third round, the final round, you could even say.
Yeah, Carlos is looking great tonight. He's really working hard on top. He's not sitting stationary. He's working one move to the next, doing a really good job. He doesn't want to go to his hip here, though. He did that last time. He's got to sprawl out, put his weight on the wrestler. He went to his hip, and so Warden's going to pick up 2 points on the reversal.
Those 2 points on a reversal. Carlos has just
He doesn't want to wait there. Don't wait there.
He can't get any near falls because that'll tie it up.
Now his chest's up. That's better. You
And
don't want to
goes
be
out
on
of
that
bounds.
mat laying flat with your head down. You got to get that chest up and start building
So-
that base back up.
I would assume, as with anything else, that there would be some strategy to maybe going out of bounds, stopping the clock, getting a bit of a reset, correct?
You bet. If it looks like you're in trouble, the wrestler on top's going to do a move on you. You might try to just kind of, oh, here we go. Let's explain this. You might try to scoot out of bounds, but I will warn you, Peyton, you can't flee the mat. If you just try to crawl really hard out of the mat to avoid a move, it's a 1-point penalty.
Okay.
They force action. Okay, what you just saw here, friends, is the Warden wrestler, directed by his coaches, said, hey, give him 1 point free escape. So Carlos got a 1 point escape.
All right.
Oh, this is a cow catcher. He's got to put that elbow down hard.
Cow
He's in
catcher, I've
trouble.
heard that before.
Yeah, he's in trouble here, but he's able to get those hips
As
flat.
you might be able to see just on the edge of your screen, all 4 of the Warden coaches yelling their coaching instructions. 5
Okay.
actually.
You might see him let him go again. So he picked up the 2 point escape, and now 2 point takedown, a 1 point escape.
Now just the takedown ties it, and I
Ties
don't know.
it,
I don't
yeah.
know what happens on a tie, but
Overtime.
overtime.
So
Ooh, that's exciting.
Carlos needs to be patient. He's rushing in here. He should just hold position.
Carlos just needs to. Yeah.
He's in the advantage right now. The other wrestler has to take him down.
He can't let him. He can't leave his feet. No, he got him.
Right now,
And
the
that
Warden
ties it up at
wrestler-
10.
Yeah, he'll now
Carlos
try to
can't
wrestle
let him
this
pick
out.
up any more
Oh,
points.
he's
He
up.
got an escape.
Got his
He's got an
escape.
escape for a
1
point.
point. 10
And now-
seconds.
And now Carlos just has to wait out this timer.
Yeah, he needs to just tie him up in the ties. Don't even worry about shooting here. Just hold on to wrist.
Just defend,
Collar
Carlos.
tie,
Just defend, Carlos. And
That's
that'll
gonna
do
do
it. 11-10. Carlos picks
What a
up
great
Royal's
match.
second victory for the night. That was a great match between Carlos Barajas. And again, I am sorry. We're sorry. We don't know that this Warden wrestler's name. He.
Yeah, hey, what a barn burner there.
Yeah, that was a great match to watch.
Yeah, really fun. Really proud of Carlos there. He never gave up. Even when it got tied up there with 15 seconds left, he was able to get that 11th point on the board. And sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes you can win 5-4, and sometimes you got to win 11-10.
So tonight, as you might be able to hear,
Yeah, we've got senior night tonight.
tonight
and we
is
just
senior night for the boys. So you might be able to kind of hear Vice Principal Randy Miller on the crowd mic there. I don't know how well, but you might be able to hear him. So presenting the flowers to his family there.
Yeah, senior Miguel Alcaraz.
A senior, yes.
You know, Miguel came out to wrestle for us his freshman year and just wrestled for a couple weeks and never tried it before. Didn't end up sticking with it. And then as a senior, he said, you know what? I want to try that again. We're really proud of him coming out here. He wrestles at 113 pounds and sometimes 106
Yeah,
pounds. The
he's got on
lightweight.
a sheet here 106 to 113.
Yeah.
He's, as we said, he's a senior on a senior night here and only been wrestling for 1 year.
Yeah, we thank his mom, Dalila Alcaraz, for coming out tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, we're taking a little time for the teams to get ready.
So, looks like we're taking a little bit of a break. So, if you have something you want to talk about, we can do that. I do have some other stuff pulled up that we can cut to if you want a bit of a break.
Well, I tell you what, friends, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back.
All
We're going to talk about how do these duels work, how do
Yeah.
we score points, how do the team points work, and this should be a lot of fun. So please stick around.
Okay, so we are going to cut to a few senior spotlights. The first one will be for Caleb. It is his senior night for wrestling. The interview was more focused on football, but it's still okay. He's still a senior wrestler. We still like to spotlight him. So we will cut to that stuff, and then we will be back. You're watching tonight's Wrestling on Royal SD Live.
My name is Caleb Hernandez.
And what sport do you play?
I play football and wrestling.
What position do you play?
I play running back and outside linebacker.
So briefly tell me about yourself and describe your background.
I've been coming to Royal since kindergarten. I've been playing like sports since like 3rd grade, and I have like 4 siblings that come to school like in the Royal School District.
What do you think your strengths are on the team this year?
I think my strengths on the team this year are like I think I'm a good leader. Like if young kids have questions, like the freshmen, they know they can ask me. I feel like I'm a person they can look up to.
What are your expectations for the team this year, and how far do you think RHS football will make it?
This year I think we'll make it all the way. I mean, we got Big Dan on the line for us, so it's like kind of hard not to, you know. And then we got Dylan at QB, and then we got Edgar at wide receiver. I think we'll be pretty good, pretty solid.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Go Knights!
My name is Addie Lawrence. My parents' names are Josh and Lisa Lawrence, and I play volleyball, basketball, and softball. My favorite sport to play is probably softball, just because I've been playing it for my entire life, and it's probably the sport that Royal girls are best at that I play of. My plans after high school are to attend a 4-year university and go into psychology. Outside of sports, I really like traveling, and in the summer, I like boating and swimming. My jersey number for basketball is number 12 because that's my birth date. My jersey number in volleyball is number 3 because I wanted to, but Maria took that. And my jersey number in softball is number 2 because it's just the 2 of the 12.
Would you rather be 11 feet tall or 9 inches tall?
Probably 11 feet.
Why?
It helps with sports. You can reach high things. I don't know. Go Knights.
All right there. Sorry. As you can kind of see, our boys are going to come out and get warmed up here, so we will. I believe Coach Orth has some stuff to go through here. Just kind of talk about how these duels work.
Yeah, again, welcome back to tonight's dueling action between the Royal Knights and the Warden Cougars. All right, so typically, my friend, and hopefully one day, we've got a light up there, but I don't know if it's hooked up, plugged in with the new gymnasium, but one of the best things to watch for a live duel is they drop a spotlight, turn off all the gym lights, and that really cranks up the action. We'll see if that happens tonight or not.
We have a few spotlights, and I know that they work.
Yeah, I think they're
I
going
don't
to.
know if we'll use them, though.
Well,
that'd be really cool if they did, though. That'd be fun.
The hope is as we move forward, we will with this new gym. All right, so you see the Knights come out here. Hey, this is just a way to kind of get your bodies get ready to go for that duel. They won't be out here for very long. You're seeing they're coming out here. They're hitting shots. They're getting excited to go. They're getting their bodies warmed up. And wrestling's going to ask a lot of them here in a minute. So they've already done a big warm-up in the wrestling room. But this is just a chance to get out in front of your fans, get that hype going. and get ready for some great wrestling action. So what you're going to see here after they're done warming up is they will do a face-off, Peyton, and that's where they'll line up by weight class. And our sport's a sport of respect and honor, and you'll get to see it in the matches, but they'll go out to the middle, they'll shake hands, they'll see who they're going to wrestle, they'll go back to their side, and after the face-off, the wrestling action will start. And it used to be paid back in the day that you always started with the lightest wrestler and you moved up to the heavyweight, and that concluded the match. And then a number of years back, they decided, hey, let's do a randomized start. So the pressure is not always on the last wrestler.
You never know when you could be, when you're up.
Yeah, and so before the duel, they'll typically go in the back and they'll kind of draw a weight class, and it may say, hey, instead of starting at 106 pounds tonight, we're going to start at 152 pounds. We'll see what the Cougars and the Knights have decided to do with that. They may just go traditional tonight. All right, Coach Darren Miller, bring him in for a quick little pep talk. And so the Knights tonight, coached by Coach Darren Miller. He's in his second full season as the head coach, and Darren was a wrestler for the Knights, multiple state placer himself.
I believe son of Vice Principal Randy Miller, correct?
That is correct.
Former. Was Randy the coach here ever?
Yeah, Randy's been the head coach two different times. Once from 1997 through 1999. And then secondly, he came back, brought his son Darren back to the community. Actually, a little bit after my stint, he came back and he brought his son in as a sophomore, and Darren came here as a 10th, 11th, and 12th grader. And graduated. Darren went on to wrestle at Concordia University. And he's assisted tonight by Alex Myrick, who had a great high school wrestling career for the Knights.
Yeah, great athlete. Great guy also. Just all around of Alex. If you folks at home don't know, up here, I've called him Coach a few times. Coach, Mr. or Ben, as I know him, my neighbor Ben. He was the head coach here at Royal for, I don't know exactly how many years, but a number of years. Coached, I believe, multiple state champions.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So,
it's been a great part of my life.
Had great success.
But, hey, you know what? It's not about me. It's about these guys tonight, Peyton. But thank you for those kind comments.
Yeah. Hey, I do just want to throw in here that a little bit of a connection here. My cousin, I believe, was your first state champion, Daniel Peterson. Ellis.
Daniel
Peterson.
Ellis, yep.
Daniel Ellis Peterson, whatever you want to. You want to go there.
He was on my team coming in as a freshman my first year, and what a great journey watching that young man grow up.
Heard that story multiple times.
Placed at state as a junior, and then took an unbelievable championship his senior year against none other than a wrestler from Warden. Kid that he never beat, but he was able to pick up an overtime win in the state finals. But fans, what you're seeing right now is this is the face-off, so they're going up weight by weight. We'll announce all these kids individually when it's their weight class. You can hear it maybe over the announcer. There's a chance to just go out there, show some respect to your opponent, and then get ready to battle. So tonight we've got basically full lineups. Each team will be giving up one forfeit, and we'll talk about that when we get there. But apart from that, it'll be a full 12 weight classes, 2 forfeits. It's going to be action-packed. Peyton, I cannot wait.
Neither can I. So far, our first, was it 5 matches, I believe? Incredible matches, all of them. So much fun to watch. I've already learned so much about wrestling.
Absolutely.
When I was told that I would be doing this, I said, I don't know anything about wrestling. And then I was also told that you'd be doing this with me. I'm like, great. I will know about wrestling by the end of the night. So
hey, between your technical skills and my 30 years on the mat, we're going to do just fine tonight, buddy.
Yeah. So this show of respect here is really important, and I feel like a lot of sports have lost that.
Yeah.
A lot of times, you have handshakes at the beginning of football games with the captains, but for every wrestler to come out here and shake the hand of their opponent before going to battle, and then obviously before the match they will also shake hands, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And that I really appreciate that show of respect between wrestlers.
They'll do it at the end of the match too, and you'll even see at the end of the matches, I think, if they're well coached by their coach, they'll go over and shake the other coach's hand too. It's not required, but it's just a sign of respect, and we try to have our athletes do it.
Yeah, I personally think that the show of respect between wrestlers for wrestling is incredible. really showing us what the sport is about.
All right, so we're sending the team captains out now, Peyton. And so for the Knights tonight, it's 2 freshmen. I'll tell you what, our squad, we'll talk about this as we get into the broadcast, but our squad being led by freshmen. I'm really proud of these ninth graders. They're the heart and soul of the program, and we really appreciate the other kids along the other classes as well. But the dense nucleus is made up of these tough freshmen.
Freshman Shea Stevenson, and I honestly can't see the other one's face.
Yeah, that's Kevin Almonte.
Kevin Almonte. So, and we apologize once again. We can't really know who the Warden captains are.
Yeah, that was Gio Castro for Warden and Angel Cruz, I believe.
Okay, never mind. We do. Oh yeah, that's on there. So.
Well, I just know and I know some of these guys. So
okay, yeah, I figured you probably would. I shouldn't have. So,
all right.
As we said, this is senior night, so we had that presentation before we went on break there.
All right, fans, here we go. 106 pounds. This is the lightweights, Peyton. And what we got here is we got a matchup between a freshman and a senior. It's a freshman for the Knights, Jose Herjon, and for the Cougars, it's Gio Castro. Now, Gio Castro, he's a dang good wrestler. He's definitely got the upper hand. So sometimes in these duels, Peyton, you're telling your young guy, hey, you may be outmatched. Maybe your job is to not give up a pin tonight, because if they get a pin, that's 16 points. Castro right off the bat looking for a pancake.
Yeah.
Jose able to defend that and just give up the 2-point takedown. Jose Castro looking for a stack. That's good, tough.
Jose, as we said, a 106-pounder, a freshman, 2 years of experience here. Getting, as we were saying, the lightweights here are starting us off.
Yeah, we got to get a head up off the bottom position. Jose last year came out for me as a first-time wrestler, as an 8th grader. Did a great job wrestling for us. And I'll tell you what, if he'll stick with it and keep working, he's going to be a good wrestler for sure. He's got to get his head up right now, though, because Gio, he's a senior. He's strong. He's got an armbar on one side, Peyton. This is a precarious position for Jose. If he puts his head down, Gio's going to look to half that side and drive it over. So, nice job.
Gio's already picked up 4 points within a minute.
Yeah, he got 2 points off the stack. So, again, sometimes, Peyton, your job may not be to pick up the win, but it may be to...
Just don't get pinned. Don't give up those team points. Yeah.
For sure, and we'll talk through that. So, friends, if you're watching tonight, if a wrestler is able to pick up a pin, that's going to be 6 team points. If they're able to win by what's called technical fall, that's 15 points or more. The ref will stop the match, and that's 5 team points. If they win by major decision, he's got to get his head up here. He might get in the stack position again. Watch yourself, Jose.
Teetering on the line there, out of bounds, able to stay in by both of them.
Yeah, he really's got to work on getting his head up. Anyways, if you pick up a major decision, that is 4 points, and that's a win of any margin between 8 and 14 points. And if you pick up a decision, that's worth 3 team points, and that's a victory of any amount between 1 and 7. So that's kind of how the points work. Anytime it's a forfeit, you pick up a 6 points. It's equal to a pin, so it's really important to have all the weight classes.
Really important. Yeah, it would seem. And there is, on our sheet here, there is 2 weight classes empty. So as you said earlier, there would be a forfeit from each team. So I feel like that just cancels each other out.
That's going to cancel it out. Each team will pick up 6 points there. So Jose doing a really good job, Peyton.
Only gave up 4 points in that first round.
I think if he can walk out of this match without getting pinned, that's going to be a big success for him tonight and for the Knights in that team score.
Jose going to be in the down position to start. I didn't exactly see the flip there, so I don't know who chose what.
I think that Cougars, I didn't see it either. We were talking there, but Jose's got to keep his head up. He's getting that stack position again. That's dangerous. You got definitely a big 1 count.
That doesn't look as a very good position there.
Now you see the wrestler the referee holding 2 points on his hands because the Warden wrestler still has the same hold. He still has an arm bar. So as soon as he lets go of that, the official will award the 2 points, but he's still in that same pinning combination. Here he hit an arm bar. He's able to get it over.
Near fall count there.
Yeah, he's going to pick up the 3 near fall. Jose can get his hips up, though.
He's going to get both the shoulder up and out of bounds.
Yeah. Could have maybe got a escape if he would have got his hips a little bit higher up.
So 3 points. Castro goes up 7-0 here.
Yep,
Minute 20 left of the second round.
Yep.
Jose will stay in the down position there that's what he was in as he went out of bounds, as I learned earlier.
But I'll tell you, Peyton, one thing in wrestling is that there are JV tournaments and matches and such, but when you're a varsity wrestler like Jose and a lot of our freshmen in this lineup, you're going to wrestle 10th, 11th, 12th graders, and it's a credit to these kids to keep battling and to keep growing. And, a lot of sports you're protected. If you're a freshman, most of the time you're on a C-squad football team and you're playing against other 9th and 10th graders.
In wrestling, it's
Basketball.
pretty much just a free-for-all. Hey, are you this weight? Well, why don't you come wrestle this guy that's a senior?
Well,
It
if you're
feels
the,
like-
if you're the
feels like.
varsity wrestler, that can be the case.
Yeah.
Again, there are
And
JV matches and tournaments and things like that as well. Jose's
even-
got to get that shoulder up. It's close. Yeah, might
Ref's
do
going
it.
to call the pin there, so that'll be 6 points, as you said, for the Cougars. I believe that'll go up on our scoreboard there in
Yep.
the position of the basketball points.
Yep, congratulations there to Gio. But I'll tell you again, Gio's going to graduate this year. Jose's still going to be coming back
That
as
was
a 10th
a
grader.
that was a very hard fought.
Yeah.
So Miguel, a senior, as we talked about earlier, he gets a forfeit as Warden does not have a 113-pounder, unfortunately. So that'll even the score up at 6.
All right, folks.
However, if you factor in the upcoming forfeit for Royal, it is still kind of a 6-point deficit.
All right,
there.
Peyton, it's time for tonight's featured match of the night. We got a good one, folks. We got Dennis Hernandez, one of Royal's toughest freshman wrestlers. He was the champion this last week at the Quincy Invitational, and he's taking on a state participant from last year, Michael Gonzalez of the Cougars. So
Dennis
this is going to be a
here
good one.
is a freshman, 8 years of experience, it says here.
Yeah, he's been
So,
coming up through our little guy
For
ranks.
a little guy,
He's going to be really dang good. Now, I'll tell you one thing, too. Dennis weighed in as a 113-pounder, and the coaches elected to put him up to 120 as we had another wrestler gone. So he is bumping up the weight class, giving up
Bumping
some
up,
weight.
no.
But Dennis is one of those gamers. He's going to go out there, even if he's giving up some weight, he's going to get after it.
Well, it looks like he's holding his own so far. Knitted in, no points scored, no takedowns.
Yeah. Dennis with a nice shot
shoots
there.
the leg there, he's going to get it.
He's going to pick up 2 points. Really
Pick up 2
slick there.
points.
Hit a little single. The Warden wrestler got a little off balance, a little high. Dennis able to score that 2-point takedown. Now he's on a ride, and he's got that back anchor hooked. So that's a really safe ride on top. Makes it hard for that bottom wrestler to get out of there.
Looking to get up.
Now Dennis, he's really tough in this top position. He's got his arm bar on. He's about to score some points, Peyton. If he can elevate that knee, he's got a cross wrist ride and an arm bar. He's looking to do a move we call a tilt. There's a lot of different ways to hit a tilt. Dennis is one of the best guys at hitting these.
All right, well, I'll be on the lookout for that. You might have to tell me if he actually does hit it, though.
Yeah, he was
Like I
close.
said, still learning the nitty-gritty, you could say.
So you can see, here we go. Dennis is okay. It looks like he's in trouble, but he's still, now he doesn't want to let that grip go. He did, but he still hasn't given up any control. He's going to come out the back door. Now, that's a seasoned wrestler. When we say Dennis has wrestled for 8 years, a younger wrestler might have panicked and let go of the hold and turned over the wrong way. But he followed through.
You got to keep that grip. That's one of the most important things. I do
Okay,
know
here we
that.
go. Now he's got to try to elevate those back legs. He's got his arm bar in and his wrist lock.
But the round's going to expire.
Good
Before he's able
wrestling.
to really do anything.
Good wrestling out of Dennis. Got the takedown and solid ride out. Okay, Knight's choice. Coach Miller is going to put Dennis in the bottom position. Again, the idea here is, hey, let's get away and let's score a point.
Yeah, 2 points already for Dennis. He's up against Michael Gonzalez.
Yeah, Gonzalez.
Quick whistle there.
Gonzalez is going to pick up a caution. He went just a fraction of a second
Okay.
too soon. But I'll tell you what, Gonzalez, he's turned into a better wrestler. Good breakdown there right off the bat. And Gonzalez got the length, and he looks like he's a leg rider. That
Like we
got
said,
some guys trouble. So you see,
This feels like it is a pretty evenly matched matchup
yeah,
here.
two different styles. Now I don't know if the Knights had scouted out Gonzalez and knew that he was a leg rider. Leg rides can be some trouble, but Dennis doing a good job of just kind of keeping his chest down to the mat, not giving him any opportunities to climb under those arms and get into power halves and different type of scoring opera. There's a half.
Got a half.
This is what you got to watch out for against a leg rider.
He's got that wrist.
Yeah, Dennis doing a good job keeping his hips down. Dennis is a seasoned wrestler. He's going to try to get this Warden wrestler a little high and bump him up. But right now, Elijah, he is a tall 120 pounder.
Yeah.
And he's kind of got that spider grip going on.
Yeah. Just jockeying for control still. Still only 2 points on the board by way of Hernandez's takedown.
Yeah, okay, now
As
Dennis
there's
is
a
going to
minute
try
left.
to come. That was an opportunity for Dennis to try to come back door, meaning to scoot out the backside. In this position,
Didn't quite
Peyton,
get
what
it,
he
though.
wants to do, he wants to take his 2 legs and he wants to put them over one of the Warden wrestler's legs. Now, I don't know if Dennis knows that technique. There you go, 2 over 1. It's a way to clear those legs. Okay, now he's cleared 1 leg, so that's good. He's going to try to get that Warden wrestler high. So he's got to keep that other leg out. There we go. He's got to
Gonzalez is
keep
looking.
scooting.
I'm not entirely sure what Gonzalez is looking for, but he's looking for something.
There we go. Dennis is starting to get him high. You want to get that top wrestler high. If he can get that other leg out, then he's going to be able to score here.
The bordering on the out-of-bounds line here. Got him tied up like a pretzel.
Yeah, he's got the cradle locked up on top. Again, Gonzalez, he is a tall,
just
lanky
5
wrestler.
seconds left. Will anyone be able to do anything? Both wrestlers not going to break their grip as the second round ends. Warden will elect to go to the down position. Still only 2 points off that takedown in the first round by Hernandez.
Hey, sometimes in these close matches, two good wrestlers, that's what's going to decide it. Now, I feel very confident in this position. Dennis is very strong on top.
Just watching those first 2 rounds, I would not be surprised if this match ends 2-0.
Yeah, I think you could be right. I think that Dennis is going to ride smart here, Peyton. He's not going to put himself in a position that's incredibly risky because the fact that he's in the lead. Now he's got a nice half. He's got his weight over it. This could be tight, but that Warden wrestler is flexible.
Obviously, in the grand scheme of the duel, you would want the pin. That's more points. But honestly, if I'm Dennis, I might just try to ride this one out and see if I can just win this 2-0 victory.
Yeah, you bet. And you'll see the coaching as they talk about tactics with their wrestlers. They'll have game plans. And right now, the game plan is for Dennis to pick up the win and pick up 3 team points by decision here. So Dennis doing a good job of riding wrists, keeping his. I don't think Dennis you want to go legs in. This is a leg rider. Now, here's the thing, Peyton. If a guy's a leg rider and you're not, that's not your skill set. You don't want to do it because he typically will know how to wrestle in this position, maybe a little better than you. And he's doing it. Yeah, here we go. Dennis is in trouble because he got his hips.
Don't try
out of position.
Don't try to beat someone else at their own game.
Exactly.
You could say.
Dennis's game is tying up wrists, riding.
Yeah, 40 seconds left. A lot of coaching up from the sidelines.
Got to watch out. Yeah, he's going to try to hit this Grammy. Dennis.
He's got near fall points. 3 seconds, 4, 5. That's going to be a lead taken.
Yeah,
no.
That's trouble. He's going to pick up 2 near fall and 3 near fall.
3 near fall and a reversal. So that's a 5-2 victory, or not victory, advantage now for Gonzalez, and Hernandez has only 15 seconds to try to score some points. He's got to get out of this, but he's just tied up. 10 seconds now, close to the out-of-bounds line. Maybe this is one of the ones where you try to get it yourself off, but I don't think there's really enough time.
Yeah, maybe
time's going to expire.
Maybe a tactical error there. Again, just a reminder, Dennis went up a whole 7 pounds, to wrestle.
I don't know.
That's what you got to do sometimes. He just had to think about his riding there a little bit. He's going to make some corrections. Think about that for next time.
Weight can really make a difference here. 7 pounds, it doesn't sound like a lot to someone that's not familiar with the sport. It doesn't sound like a lot to me, but just knowing kind of what I do know, that is a lot.
Yeah, for sure. All right, action's going to bump up to 126 pounds. And for the Knights, it's another freshman in the lineup. That's been 3 straight so far outside of the forfeit for our senior Miguel Alcaraz. And so freshman Thomas Antonio is going to take on, for the Cougars, Manny Canales. Now, Thomas, a freshman, Canales, a junior. I like our odds in this one, though, Peyton. Thomas, I like our odds in this matchup right here. Thomas's job is to try to pick up one of these wins and see if he can secure some extra points if possible. Thomas in on a front head series. He's got to get his legs back. Do not give up that takedown.
Action be close to out of bounds, but what I can kind of see there is the Warden wrestler.
Boy, he sure did a good job.
Canales was really keeping his making that effort to keep his toes on the line.
That was
so
actually
he could keep that control.
I'll give him credit for that. He kept those toes in. If he could have got that cradle locked up, he would have got the 2 points. But Thomas did a good job,
so
right on the edge there to defend that.
Thomas Antonio, as he said, 120, a freshman, 2 years experience. He says here, second at WSWA Freestyle State. Now I don't exactly know what that acronym means, but second place sounds pretty good.
Yeah, we took him to the Freestyle State Championships, and as an 8th grader, he took 2nd place in his age division, so he did a great job. Yeah, Thomas just started wrestling last year.
That's better than I could do, so you know what, I'm impressed.
Yeah, Thomas will be one of these guys who's going to keep growing this whole freshman crew.
Yeah.
They're getting lots and lots of varsity experience. As we said, Thomas is wrestling a junior right now. And
just looking at some of these names here on our sheet, this looks like it's a pretty young team.
Extremely young team,
for Royal.
You know, I think with just whatever it was, COVID or whatever, kids not maybe having the the heart to stick it through some of the older kids. These young kids have stepped it up, and they've had to do that. And we appreciate all the wrestlers, whatever grade they're in, for sure. And Thomas is a 9th grader here.
Yeah, we might not. I don't really know how the season has gone so far. I know it's been fairly well, but we might not have as much success this year. But in the future years, I expect Royal to see great success with the wrestlers if these guys stick it out.
Yeah,
just based off what I've been seeing tonight.
Nice shot there.
Good shot there. 2 points there for Canales.
Yeah.
Out of bounds as the round. Close out of bounds as the round expires. 2-0 lead.
Okay, and he got a 1 count, but not a 2 count, so just one count, no near fall. Good shot though there by Canales. He was able to kind of keep driving his feet through that.
So Canales is going to win the toss and defer. Royal will take the down position. Royal Thomas Antonio. All quiet as the round begins. I get so quiet I can hear the static of these headphones.
Now, on top here, Manny Canales is trying to tilt. He's got a cross wrist, and he was trying to tilt it. Thomas knew a shin heist. Good time to do it right there. Thomas got to fight those hands out.
Still
choose one, pull it,
teetering on the edge of the line. Looks for a leg hook.
Yeah, he did
I don't know if that's exactly what that's called, but that's what it looked like to me.
It was basically a trip. Did a nice job of keeping Thomas inbounds, and they took him back down. He's looking for a cradle on the far side. Thomas is going to be able to defend this. He's out of position. He's got his ankle. That makes it hard to escape. It's hard to stand up when a guy's draping on your ankle. Not really an attack mode position for the Warden Cougar, but he's definitely trying to just kind of stall it out, hang on to it. Thomas has got to get that foot down somehow, drive into him, cut across right now. You want to cut across those hips when he's in that position, or reload this shot. Got to keep moving, Thomas. Watch out for that pancake.
Yeah.
Nice
Definitely,
job.
Cougars have to have in mind here that they do have an early 9-3 or 9-6 lead overall in the duel. So 3 points would just extend it to 12. Achievable with a pin to tie for Royal, but a pin would definitely be a killing blow. Not a killing blow, but a blow to early and often here would be an easy way to take out the Knights.
Yeah, Thomas is one of those kids. He's hard to pin. He's going to keep moving. Needs to think about action right now, getting his hips up off that mat, building up and moving. You learn where to stay stationed. There you go. Good hand control. That was
out,
well
gets the
done.
1 point, and then is out of bounds.
That's what we're talking about, Peyton. Getting hold of those hands. Get those hands out around your waist, and then getting that foot planted, standing up strong.
He escapes as they both go out of bounds. He gets the 1 escape point, and they start neutral.
Yeah, they start neutral
on the I guess inbounds probably isn't the right term, but that's what it is in basketball. So
yeah, just call it going back. Yep, we're just starting on the inner circle and toe on the line. Starting position. Good shot by Thomas. Oh, he just needed to
doesn't
clear that
quite
wrist.
complete it though.
Yeah, it would be nice to pick up those 2 points here at the end of the round, but they're going to head into the 3rd round with Thomas still down by 1, and Warden Wrestler's going to take that bottom position.
Yep. Round 3, just 1 point scored for Thomas Antonio, 2 for Manny Canales.
I did want to say we were introducing the coaches and we kind of got sidetracked. Again, Darren Miller, head coach, assistant coaches Alex Myrick, and Jerry Villa. And I'll tell you, Jerry Villa, also a former Royal State placer back in the 2000s, and I just really appreciate those guys and all the time they put into our kids, all the effort.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, and they are good for the task. So, all right, Thomas doesn't just want to ride here, though, Peyton. He's going to want to look to get some points. And what you might see,
he's got to get some points as we only have a minute and 30 left.
Yeah, you might see their coaching
He's
staff
down by 1.
get it down. This is a tactic. Try to turn, see if you can pick up some back points. But if you can't, you may see him in the last 30, 40 seconds. The coaches may say, hey, let him go.
Let him go and go for the takedown points and get those 2 and take the lead.
Well, or tie it up at that point.
Tie it up at that point.
Yeah, because you'd be giving him a 1 point free escape. So you'll see some strategy. It's a lot of thought that goes into what you're going to do as a wrestler.
Tries for the escape, but Antonio's quick to keep him on the ground.
He's got to really just hammer this thing down.
He just can't. He just can't.
He has a half in there, but he didn't get that wrist very tight. And I don't think I'd go into these leg rides if I was Thomas. I think I'd look for maybe a cross-face cradle at this point as the Warden wrestler's not really moving too much. And again, that Warden wrestler knows he's up by a point, so he doesn't have to really go. It's up to the offensive
we're
wrestler.
Hitting 45 seconds. The coaches on the sideline there yelling something.
Thomas doing a follow drill.
Maybe that was the order to let him up, but it doesn't appear so.
Yeah,
Canales looks to fight to get up. Does not let him though.
Okay, we're going to get potentially dangerous.
Oh, so full.
Oh, no, he did an illegal move.
So that would be a full Nelson call, I believe, is what that signal would be.
Yeah, just waited a little too long to let him up here, because now you let him up, and now we're still down by 3, so one takedown's not going to cut it. It's got to be a takedown to his back, or it's got to be a quick takedown and let him go again.
Yeah.
So that was maybe a little bit of tactical.
So they're gonna be neutral here, both standing up. Ties up.
Yep, Thomas got to get on that best shot. What's your best shot or two?
He's only got 20 seconds to decide.
Yeah, he's taking a little bit too much time here. Again, he's a young wrestler. He's going to have to learn that when to go, and at this time right now, you just got to let it rip. There it is.
Got to shoot.
Double attempt. Come on, those
there. Doesn't quite have a hold of him. Only 3 seconds left, and that's going to be the win for Warden's Canales.
Yeah, Manny Canales going to pick up the decision 4-1, and along with it, the 3 team points to extend the Cougars' lead right now 12-6. Again, it's still early in the action. So here we go.
132 pounds from Warden, Junior Santiago, and Kevin.
Here comes a fun one. The Knights here wearing the pink headgear. It's, guess what, folks? Another freshman, Kevin Almonte. And Kevin is going to be taking on a sophomore. This is Junior Santiago for the Cougars. Kevin, I'll tell you what, Peyton, he's kind of a wild guy out here. He's fun to watch. He'll get into some crazy positions here. He's on an inside single. He's trying to hit a crackdown, and then he's got to get his hips across. I like to see the action. There you go, carried all the way through.
You know how I know what you just said about him being a
wild man?
A wild man is true, is his pink headgear.
Yeah, that's right. I always tell guys, if you're going to wear pink headgear or pink shoes, you better be a damn tough wrestler. That's right.
Looking at his sheet here, as we said, 132 pounds, a freshman, 9 years experience.
Yeah, Kevin's been with us through the Little Guy program. Nice job by Kevin taking that match.
9 years experience has got to be invaluable.
Now we're going to see a similar locking hands call. The ref's going to let the Warden wrestler continue action, see if he can get an escape. He'll give him about 5-10 seconds. But what happened was when Kevin returned him to the mat, Peyton, his hands were locked around the legs, and that's illegal if you've already secured the top position, which he had done previously.
Okay.
So 1 point escape, or 1 point penalty. Kevin's still up 2-1 against the sophomore out of Warden in Junior Santiago.
Almonte here, as we said, 9 years experience, made it to the under 14 nationals team and was first at freestyle wrestling state. So
yeah, Kevin was one of 3 Royal Knights that really an honor. 3 8th graders last year. Kevin, Sebastian Hernandez, and my son Kale Orth were able to go to that U14 Nationals in Indiana, and boy, did they wrestle some great wrestlers. And had a great experience.
Last year, Kale would have only been a 7th grader, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he was a 7th grader last year.
That's
on the
impressive.
U14 team. So
that's impressive. I won't be here, but I am excited to see where Kale goes. He's a pretty good wrestler.
Yeah, he's getting better.
You've trained him well.
Well, he's putting in the work. That's what it requires. So back to the action.
Back to the action here. Yes.
Kevin.
Apologies.
That's all good. We're just talking wrestling, which is always good stuff. Kevin's got to be careful here. He's got to try to re-drag that, lift an ankle, and scoot behind. Okay, he's got to try to keep working his feet. Don't stop moving. There's no exchange yet. Nice little pass by. Move your feet. There
Kevin does have the 1 point lead with 10 seconds left here.
Oh, here we go.
1.
Yeah, good action there by Kevin to not give up any points. But I'll tell you what, Peyton, we talk about those team points and these duels. You know, if you're in a tournament and you're just trying to get matches in, however you win is fine. But in these duels, that team score is what's up on the board in addition to your own score.
You definitely
trying to pick up those bonus points.
Definitely want those pins or those high victories, those high point differential victories. I would think.
Yeah, and I think for our listeners, the way to think about that, if you're a football fan, is when you score a touchdown, you get 6 points, and that's great. But a field goal still scores you points.
Yeah, that's the same. I just realized that's the same amount of points.
If you win a close match, maybe 5-2, you're going to pick up 3 team points. But if you can get that pin, you're going to double that.
If you can get that pin,
6.
you're going to,
So that's one way to think about it. So Kevin here doing a good job following the Warden wrestler who is trying to hit a move we call a switch. Kevin, again, needs to get his hips up off the mat. It's a chance for him to maybe look for a half on that far side and just slam that sucker down.
I really wish that we could have our camera here be a little more zoomed out so we could see the Warden coaches. They've been very expressive over there, and they're quite entertaining. And I understand heat of the moment. You got to get the message across to your wrestler.
Yeah, hey,
and I wish we could have just probably wouldn't be able to see the action as well. So
I don't know if we have any Warden listeners tuning in, but if we do, hey, we've been going head-to-head with Warden for many years, and I just have a lot of respect for their kids. Oh, the nice move by Kevin. Their kids, their program. The Cougars coached by the Hernandez brothers and others over there. A lot of good dudes who, put a lot of time into their program as well, and their kids. So, it's a sport of honor, and we do respect what they've been able to do over the years. Kevin, though, you can see the official's got some points on his hand. He's going to award those now. 3 points. That's a big deal, Peyton. And now he's in a leg right position here. He's going to try to bring that head down to the mat. He's got to get a little farther.
5-1 win. He's looking for the pin here.
Well, not necessarily the pin, but he's looking for those back points, and that's how you put those points on the board. And so, nice job by Kevin getting that leg right going. Doing a little bit of funk. I told you he's a little bit of a wild man, and you need a little bit of that as a wrestler. You got to be a little bit dangerous.
He looks like he is in great position to me. I don't know if that's entirely correct, but he does look.
Well, he was in great position. Now he's got to get his hips back up. He's got to took the leg right out. So you can see the official still has 3 points. There they go. And he was waiting for Kevin to kind of lose the hold. So now we're up to 8-1.
8-1.
Yeah, now we're getting close to picking up.
That's a definite advantage.
Getting close to picking up. Right now he's up by 7 points. If the match ended right now, he would win and pick up 3 team points. But if he can pick up 1 more point, it's going to make it a major decision, and that'll give him 4 points.
4 points.
Okay, coaching strategy. They just put Kevin on top. They're saying, hey, Kev, we need you to pick up more points.
You need to get
potential pin here.
You need to get some more points. You need to get that pin if you can, or if you can't, just get that major decision.
Yep.
Put us back into a pretty good position.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin's got to get hits up. Now, this is a little bit of trouble because he's going to give up multiple points here.
Yeah.
Got his hits down.
The referee's counting.
Yep.
That's going to be some points there.
Yeah, he's going to pick up
potentially
2-point reversal and
some back
3-point back
so
points.
that's gonna put that major decision probably pretty far out of reach here.
Yeah.
Minute 30.
Oh, now he gave up a 1 count, not a 2 count. Kevin's got to be careful here.
Still has a 2-point lead, 8-6. Let's see what he can do here.
Yeah,
he just can't give up points. I feel like at this point he just can't give up any points. He's got to get this win.
Yeah, we need this win. Kevin needs this win. Team needs this win.
Yeah, we talk about it in a lot of other sports, momentum. So far, Warden, has picked up 3 straight wins. So this would be the big momentum shift if Royal can pick up this win.
Yeah, this move us in the right
confident.
direction, absolutely. We got some tough wrestlers coming up, but so do the Cougars.
Yeah.
Again, this is going to be just a good duel.
Yeah, this is going to be exciting to watch. I'm glad that this is the one that I came to watch, that I get to do the stream for.
Yeah, absolutely. Peyton, are we going to be back Thursday night, or is just this one being
we'll be back Thursday night as well for the girls' senior night. That is a duel against Walduke, I believe.
Yep.
So we'll be back here. If you're up for it, I'll be back here. If you're up for doing this with me, I would greatly appreciate it. As
of course, we want to support all the wrestlers, so we'll be here for that. Yeah. Oh, Kevin in the stack. Oh, he counted 2. He's going to give him 2.
Looks like they're going to. Yep. The Warden fans are calling for those 2 points. The referee does have that 2. I don't know if you can see on your screen. He does have that 2 held up.
Yeah, the Warden wrestler still in an armbar, so he's not going to award him.
Hasn't quite awarded them yet, but he does have them ready if he needs to.
Oh, Kevin, you got to get out of there. Oh, no.
There's another 2 count.
Now
Kevin, you just got 9 more seconds, man. You just got 9 more seconds. Don't let him pin you. Don't let him get those points. No! With 5 seconds left in the match, Junior Santiago picks up the pin and the victory for the Cougars. That puts the Cougars at an 18-6-point lead in this duel.
Yeah, that was a
tough match. El Monte had that for the majority of the match, it felt like, and just gave it up at the end, and that really shows you. You never can really count anyone out in this sport. That goes for most every sport, but especially this one. You could be up by 15 and still pick up a pin victory.
Yeah, absolutely.
Points don't really matter if you get pinned. So,
all right, for the Knights here, we got another freshman, friends. This is Jesus Morales, and he is taking on one of the seniors, and a pretty good one, in Angel Cruz.
All right,
for the Cougars.
138 pounders. Jesus, a freshman, 3 years experience. First place at the Big Cat tournament. I do not know what that is, but
once again,
first place.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Now Cruz trying this cow catcher cement mixer position. Jesus, pretty dang strong
No
freshman,
points,
though.
no points scored, though. Bit of a scrap
Watch
here.
out, watch out for the chin whip here. Angel's going for a pretty dominant power play. You know, thinking, hey, I'm the senior, you're the freshman. Let's see what happens. But I'll tell you, Jesus is tough.
Right.
He's tough. He's going to be really dang tough.
Unlocks.
You give him a few years, he's going to be
No
really
points.
tough.
No points scored.
Jesus' older, an inside trip attempt. Jesus Morales' older brother, Yair Morales, was a wrestler for the Knights. He's now wrestling at Big Bend Community College.
Hey.
Yeah, he's doing a
That's
great
pretty
job
cool.
up there. He just had a match this past weekend. There's a single
There's
attempt.
a single attempt. Is he going to get it?
And he's got to pipe that right down the mat. That's beautiful. Now get your hips across.
You've
Got to
always-
cut across. There you go. Cut that hand
Doesn't
across.
quite-
Beautifully
Gets the
done.
points. 2-point lead now. 40 seconds left.
Yeah, there's a lot of little intricacies in that, Peyton.
Yeah.
He needed to cut that hand across on that. Good job watching out for that Granby roll.
Yeah, you know,
Good stuff
a
here.
lot of people, a lot of people out there, they don't necessarily know
Get your hips up.
the intricacies of this sport. They think it's just two guys rolling around in singlets or two girls, and that's not at all the case in my experience. There's a lot of technicality, there's a lot of movement and advantage, disadvantage strategy to it.
Yeah, I would say, Peyton, all sports have a certain amount of technique. You think
Yeah.
about a baseball player and their ability to throw a pitch or
What? No, that was just hit the ball, throw the ball.
Yeah, right.
That's why I'm good at it.
But I would say the difference is that wrestling has hundreds of techniques. Hundreds of techniques.
Yeah.
And that compared to the average high school sport is a game changer.
Yeah.
The more you know, and so yeah, I would agree with you. Some people think it's whoever's stronger is going to win. I will always take the best technician and conditioned
Definitely.
athlete over the kid that just
Definitely
has
a lot
the
of
big muscles.
technique, yeah. So the round expires there, 2-0 lead for Morales.
Yeah, great first round from Jesus. Did
Warden-
an awesome job fending off a pretty serious attack.
Warden is
by
going
the
to
senior.
win that coin toss and defer.
Beautiful job,
Will
Jesus.
pick the down position.
What he just did
Jesus
there
is
is
looking
he's-
to escape.
He sat out, and now he's looking to turn it into a double, and he's going to pick up 2 more points, so 4-0, climb up that body, and now go to work riding. He's got to be smart. Nice flip, Granby attempt.
Looks
roll
like
through.
Is that going to be a reversal? I don't
Nothing
know.
yet.
Nothing yet.
Nothing
Okay.
yet. He's got to get his hips off the mat. I just keep saying that, friends that are listening, and it's so true. Anytime you're wrestling and your hips get stationary on that mat, bad things can happen. Okay, a funk roll here. This is so good. What high-level wrestling. The Warden wrestler is imminent, about to score, and Morales hit what's called a funk roll. He's got to go back to that shoe, and he's got to maintain control of that leg. Oh, good job putting the Warden wrestler to his hip. That is big-time wrestling out of a 9th grader to hit a funk roll.
I missed it somewhere in there. Jesus did score 2 more points. I don't know exactly what he did,
He
but
picked up the reversal.
he picked up the reversal
Yeah,
points.
dude.
Okay, so that is a 4-0 advantage for Morales.
Oh, what a
Minute left in the
great-
round.
What a great series of action from Jesus. All the way to the back position here. He was in dire
He's
straits.
got him down in his stomach.
Dove
Looks-
underneath on that funk roll. Was
Looking-
able to come back on top. Now, if I'm Jesus, I'm just gonna be smart. You know, we got 45 seconds left. You know the Warden wrestler's gonna want to try to Granby, hit a 5-point move. So we got to keep that anchor on and just keep riding hips tight. Be looking for moves, but nothing that's gonna put you out of position.
Yeah. They're going to call Morales for an illegal move.
Yeah, he got a little bit ahead of himself there and put 2 hands underneath each arm in what's called a full Nelson position. Again, wrestling, you know, there's a lot of misconceptions. It's a highly technical sport, but it has a lot of rules and a lot of safety measures built in.
Yeah.
The move he did there, you know, if you were to drive on that really hard, could be dangerous to
That
your
could be
opponent.
very dangerous, yeah.
So they make it illegal, and it costs you right away. The referee stopped it right away, so everybody was safe. But it did cost him 1 point. So 4-1 now, 15 seconds left. No, this is right where you want to be. Don't get too high. You want to keep those hips back. Keep the weight on. No, we don't want to go legs in here. That's not what you're needing. You want to stay behind.
That looks like a
short
headlock.
time. Yeah. You don't need to throw legs in with short time left
Round
against a senior
expires
wrestler
there,
who knows
yeah.
what they're doing. You want to get those legs in when they're available, not just any time that willy-nilly.
Round expires there. I remember last year my brother Fisher and some of his friends trying out wrestling for just because to do something.
Yeah, you bet.
And during one of their matches, I believe it was Dax Jenks, got a full Nelson and got called for, and the referee, I believe, just gave him a warning. I was like, hey, you can't do that. And Dax apparently didn't realize that he couldn't do that, that's what he did wrong, because he went right back to it, and the referee gets stopped like, hey, you can't do that full Nelson, man. And that's when I learned that full Nelsons are illegal.
There you go. See, you watch and learn.
I watched a little
Sometimes
bit.
in those younger kid, we're trying to educate as well, and so you'll see the ref kind of give a warning like, hey, this is something you can't do. We're trying to educate newer wrestlers on the sport itself.
Of course, all sports highly all sports highly dangerous. So obviously, safety is usually number one priority, and especially with this sport, as you said earlier, there's a lot of rules and regulations to keep the wrestlers safe. Obviously, we want it to be competitive. We want it to be a show of technicality and strength, but obviously, safety does come down to being number one priority. As there's a bit of a stoppage here. Looked like a trainer came out and talked to the Warden wrestler, but he's going to be cleared to continue.
Yeah, each athlete is allowed one stoppage for injury time, and if they go to a second one, then the opposing wrestler will get their opportunity to choose position. So hopefully the Warden wrestler doesn't have to go to another stoppage.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate to see. All
right, here
we go. It's always unfortunate to see any sort of injury.
Big last round here.
Wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Morales up 4-1. Watch out for this tilt.
Takes the bottom position. He's going to get tilted. Some near fall counting there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he got a 5 count or if he just got a.
If he got. Looks like he's holding up 3 points there on his back.
Oh, that is such a bummer.
That's going to be 3 points to tie it up.
He's going to do the same move here. Jesus has got to break those grip.
Cruz, I believe, was one of the
captains. Such a bummer when you out wrestle a guy for 4 minutes and he hits one move.
It's one move.
It's a tilt, and it's a good move, and you got to give the wrestler credit. We got to be smarter than giving up our wrists against these big. There we go. There's a 1 point escape.
Or you out wrestle a guy for 5 minutes and 55 seconds and just barely give up the pin right at the end.
Hey, that's why you never stop.
Unfortunate. You never stop wrestling. You got to keep
going.
Here we go.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
That's
going
to be 2 points there.
He did not move, and Morales was able to get an easy go behind.
Going to get the reversal points and 2 additional points to 7.
Boy, if he could send this thing down, that would be a big deal.
If he can just pin him.
Man.
He's looking to roll him over. Can Morales do it?
Watch yourself, Morales. He can't get that full Nelson. What he needs to do is reach up and grab that opposing wrist. That'll bring his hips in and maybe hit a move we call you high or a redirect. You do not want to get high here. You're up by 3. You want to stay in position. Nice job looking to scoop that back ankle. That gives you a nice anchor. Pull that arm in tight. 30 seconds left. Just got to ride smart at this point, Peyton.
Yeah, obviously a pin would be huge here. Put the Knights back into good position here as they are down 6-18. The only points actually coming from that forfeit.
Yep.
But we won't dwell on that for
he
too
doesn't
long.
need to go here. We just talked about it. Do you need to put legs in right now? Probably not.
Probably not. Just keep.
He was able to get his head.
Stick to what's working. He's got 10 seconds left. Just pick up this victory. Earn some points for your team. Jesus.
Hey, good match by both wrestlers.
And that will be the round. So Morales will pick up the Knights' first win by a 7-4 decision.
Yeah,
That'll be
good match.
3 points.
He just kept going. Jesus, he ran cross country for us this year as well. He's got a gas tank, and he was able to employ it tonight and pick up the win and the 3 points for the team that went along with it. Awesome stuff there with the freshman able to knock off the senior. Big match for Jesus. All right, we're going to bump up to 145. Get ready for fireworks. This is Shea Stevenson. A freshman for the Knights. He's going to take on. Now
Shea
listen
Stevenson,
to this.
one of the captains.
You listen to this. He's going to take on an 8th grader. You may say, what? Is that a typo? Warden is a B school, and B schools by rule are allowed to take up
Quick
8th graders.
takedown for Stevenson.
Yeah, they're allowed to take up 8th graders into their
varsity.
lineup.
Yeah, just to probably assuming they just to fill out some stuff. B schools
Yeah,
or
to
smaller schools.
fill up lineups. Now, typically what a school will do is they'll take up some of their best wrestlers. So this is
it'd be impressive if it was a typo on some handwritten paper. Also, I just want to.
Yeah, no,
it'd be pretty fun.
Warden has 2 8th graders in their lineup. 2 Martinez brothers. Remember, a Martinez and a Hernandez. Some family there involved.
Yeah.
But Shea Stevenson, guys.
Yeah, Shea.
Mark that name down because he is going to be.
Yeah, he's
going to be the real deal.
He's one of the big name freshman football players. You might have seen him in the varsity games a little
bit.
There
he goes. He's going to get this one now.
Pounds.
Boom. That's manpower right there. He's got to drive that thing down. I'll tell you though, good job by that Warden wrestler trying to stop that, but he locks it from a half to a cradle.
He's got a cradle. He's going to get near fall points. Shoulders are up.
Oh, good
able to escape. Stevenson, I believe, is going to get some points there. Yep, he's got a 4-0 lead.
Oh, we got a
turn
roll. Oh, you missed the gator roll. That was a pretty cool move.
I was gonna say that was a gator roll. I did know that one.
Yeah, he in freestyle he would have picked up 2 points because he would have gone to exposure.
Yeah.
But in folk style or collegiate style, you got to hold the back facing the mat for at least 2 seconds. So that was a roll.
I was gonna ask you to explain the styles there, but you hit on that. So
all right, Shea hooking up an arm bar here now. He wants to trap that far wrist or at least get that far shoulder down, and then he wants to run around the head there. The official making sure that arm's in a safe position. Looks like it is. Now sometimes it can be painful, but we can't be putting a joint in a bad position. But Shea's going to be able to get this down.
Shoulders are down.
There it is.
But not all the way down. I don't know if that picks up near fall points.
Knights really need to fall here, though.
All right,
and
3 points for Stevenson, 7 points. What do you need? You have to win by 8 at least to get a major decision, you said?
8 to 14 points. That amount will pick up you a 4th point. But Shea's goal tonight.
What happens if you get more than 14? If you
get 15 or more, then that stops the match, and that's 5 team points.
Okay, good. I did not. You probably said that. I just didn't remember. Shea, another one of our wrestlers here that has 8 years of experience. 8 or 9 has been a pretty common number for the years of experience here.
Yeah, Shea's family and my son, they wrestled against each other all the time, and little kids wrestling. And Shea since has grown up a little bit, 145-pound freshman. So he's taken on all the time, some bigger, older guys. But Shea is going to be a great wrestler for himself and for the program. Shea's dad was a 2-time state finalist in wrestling, I believe, for Ellensburg. So that we're really thankful to have the Stevenson family on board.
Yeah, his mom, I believe, is the principal of the elementary school.
Yeah, principal of the elementary school. It's a great wrestling family, and we love wrestling families.
Yeah, Shea and his brother Scout. I believe they're both wrestlers.
Yep, Scout's wrestling right now for our junior high team. He's one of our better young guys coming up.
So look forward to seeing that duo on the varsity here in a few years, right?
Yeah, isn't that fun when you get the siblings in any sport? But since we're talking wrestling tonight, I sure love to see him on the wrestling.
Yeah. Do we have I don't see Sebastian and Caleb on the roster even. But
this is pretty heavy here.
Duo there.
He's got a half there, but good job by Martinez to get that arm back. Shea's got to keep that arm secure.
He's got him on his back.
Yeah, this could be trouble.
They're going to call for the pin. Stevenson picks up the Knights' first pin of the night.
And that one coming at 3 minutes and 7 seconds into the bout.
So that puts the Knights at just a 3-point deficit.
Yeah, you bet it does. And we're going to bump action up to 152 now. I bet you're not surprised to hear that we got another freshman in the lineup.
Yep.
This is Mario De La Rosa.
152 pounds, as we said, a freshman, 3 years experience. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah, you're good. Mario, he's taking on Gustavo Canales, also a freshman for the Cougars. Canales did on a shot.
Didn't we have that name earlier? Yes, we did. Could be brother of junior Manny Canales from earlier, 126 pounds.
Yeah.
I won't say for certain, but probable.
And Mario's dad, he wrestled for the Knights back in his day as well as a state placer his junior year.
Wow.
Mario, he was weighing quite a bit more in football season. He's trimming down some of that.
Trimming down to be the Knights' 152-pounder here.
Yeah.
That's the other thing you hear a lot from people is wrestling's the only sport where you have to starve yourself, and I don't think that's entirely true either. So
no, we
sometimes you don't even have to do that.
Kids to be strong. I think a little discipline, watching your weight a little bit's good.
Yeah.
Because most of us don't. We just eat, drink, whatever we want. We don't work out, and these wrestlers, they need to be fit, man. They got to be able to go hard for 6 minutes.
You have to hit your weight, and that you really can't have any pounds to waste there on that weight. So De La Rosa is in a precarious position here. He's on his back. Canales already has a 2-0 lead. Referee's looking to see if those shoulders are down.
Yeah, he's got to dig those feet in a little bit more.
He's got to dig those feet. He's going to call for the pin. So the Cougars get those points right back, up to 24-15 on the night.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Canales there.
Gonzalez from Warden.
Action up to 160. All right, for the Knights, we've got a junior this time in the lineup. This is Jose, as we call him, Danny Chavez.
Jose Danny Chavez, a junior, as I said.
He's going to be taking on a junior himself, and Rufino Gonzalez.
4 years of experience here for Chavez.
Yeah, you know, I'm proud of Danny. He came back out this year after taking a couple years off. Just was doing some other things in life and decided, hey, my younger brother Kevin's wrestling. I'm going to come back out, and we sure need him this year.
Yeah, so definitely could use, the Knights could definitely use Chavez to pick up some points for him here. Adjusting the headgear there as they tie back up.
So here's a fun fact for you. My daughter Kenya, who is a junior for the Knights, she wrestled through little guys and decided to play basketball as well growing up. Did both sports.
One of our the Knights girls basketball team, I believe she's actually the highest score on the season. She's an integral part
nice shot
in
by
any
Danny.
success that they have.
Good shot by Danny. Let's see if he can finish this, and we'll go on to that story here in a second.
I do basketball games too, so I know those stats.
Oh, accident out of bounds. Face him, Danny. Face him. Boy, Danny
Can he get up? Can he get away?
Sure did a good job of getting.
Still got his leg stuck in there. Can he get it away? Gets the takedown. Is Gonzalez. 2 points there. So what was your story about Kenya there? I'm sorry I cut you off.
So she wrestled through little guys and elected to play basketball, and which is fine. And she's doing a great job for the team. I appreciate how hard she works. But she wrestled this Warden wrestler as a kid growing up in a tournament.
And she won, right?
She did walk away with the win in this one. It was a good match. She barely won it.
3-point pickup there for Gonzalez. Brings his lead to 5-0.
Oh, action out of bounds.
He's off the mat. Now, I don't know if that's different rules for being off the mat.
As soon as anybody goes off the mat and any part touches the hardwood floor, the match is immediately stopped.
Okay.
So Danny was really close to getting an escape, loss of control rather.
That feels like a good idea to have that immediately the end of the, or not the end, the stoppage.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about earlier, safety.
Yeah,
and they could have hit our cheerleaders here on the floor, who you can't see, but they are right off the edge of the mat, cheering on their respective schools.
Yeah, sometimes some cheer battles break out.
Yeah.
Look out for those cheer battles.
Our winner cheerleaders.
So 5-0
Appreciate
there
them too.
Is the advantage. You know, Danny had such a great shot there, Peyton, in the first round. Hit what's called a low leg single, and it was just almost got that takedown. Just barely off of the control position. It was the right call by our official tonight. I'll tell you what, our official tonight.
Chavez in the bottom position, looking to stand out.
He's doing a great job,
obviously. So Gonzalez is doing a great job, not letting him get any sort of momentum to get up.
Yeah. Just back to that officiating. You know, one thing. There's a lot of calls that are somewhat subjective or close that the officials, just like in any sport, basketball, whatever, have to make in a really short amount of time. And our official tonight, Cody Eilers, he has just been, he calls a really good match, just whether it's tournament or duel like this.
You see a lot of other sports, it's not very common to see just one referee. So only having one here, like obviously if there was somehow a second referee, I don't know how that would end up working, but you catch a lot more. But this, I don't.
Yeah, one guy has to do
Cody
all
Eilers, you said was his name.
Yeah,
he's doing a great job.
He's a former wrestler himself, and tell you what, we see a lot of officials, and there's a lot of good ones out there, but he's definitely one of them.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job, and I appreciate his. A lot of times you don't see basketball referees doing like 1 or 2 games in a row, 3 games in a row. I assume he's just going to be our referee for the entire night, and I appreciate his stamina doing that too.
Yeah,
refereeing, it can't be easy all the time.
And I think that we need to do a better job. In wrestling, you can get pretty intimate with the official because the coaches, and they have not done it yet, but if they disagree with a call, they're welcome. They're allowed to go over to the head table and to discuss it. And you can't discuss something that is subjective, like the official says, well, I thought he was on his back for 2 seconds, so I called it. But if it was a move that's maybe illegal or a positioning that should have been awarded points, you can talk. You can talk about your case.
You can throw your challenge flag.
You can throw your challenge
to relate to football.
Yeah, that's very true. And so you haven't seen either of the coaches walk over and challenge anything, which tells you that the official is making calls.
That's probably a sign
of
being pretty good there.
Yeah.
near the out-of-bounds line. There's 10 seconds left. Gonzalez has a 5-point lead. Chavez just trying to look to break. Don't give up any more points in this round, and he won't.
Yep. Those of you listening, again, we want to thank you for being a part of the action tonight with us along Matt's side. This is so fun. This is our first time to be able to deliver this to you. I want to thank Peyton for doing all the technical operation. And
I appreciate that, and I would like to again thank you. I'm sure I said it already, but thank you. I'd be pretty lost up here without you. I can run all these things. I can turn up and down the mic. I can make it sound nice, but when it comes to the action, I don't really know what's going on, and you're doing a great job helping me out with that.
Well, but the thing is, you're learning.
I am learning.
You're now understanding some of the scoring, and I think that's the thing about wrestling, Peyton, is that people just need to take it in, just like they take in a basketball game or a football game. And the more you go, the more you understand it. And the more you understand it, the more enjoyable it is to watch. The amount of effort these athletes are giving out here, the amount of technique and technical moves are being asked by their coaches and even themselves, right, to utilize and move. It's such a fantastic sport.
Yeah, and we've got a pretty good turnout here in the gym for this duel. And we got a fair amount of people watching at home, and I hope this helps build more support for the wrestling program. A lot of times you don't see some sports here get as much support as others. Yeah. But I'm really hoping that we can build some stuff here, and obviously I would hope that this helps. As you can barely see them off your screen there. I apologize for that. We could maybe swing that camera a little bit. But it might be pretty locked. I have it kind of locked up so you can't really, so it doesn't move if we shake the table there. Apologize for that. And out of bounds is eventually called as they'll come to the middle. Chavez will once again assume the down position. We have a timeout there from Randy Miller as a potential Warden fan is gonna get ejected. What is happening there?
I think he's basically just asking a fan that's coming down onto the mat to recognize, not on the mat, but
she has been. You might have been able to see her on the floor there, really close to the mat, even in front of the table. And one of our cheerleaders there, along with Randy Miller, attempting to just politely ask her to move. She's being let out by our cheerleaders and Randy Miller. And here comes.
All right,
I hope this doesn't lead to anything serious, but here does come our resource officer to maybe diffuse the situation a bit as we head back to the action here. Stoppage there. Once again, Chavez in the down position. Looking to stand up, almost gets there, but just quickly thwarted by what are we at here? Yes, Gonzalez, sorry.
Yep. So back to action here again. We're just really grateful everybody tuning in tonight, whether you're supporting the Knights or the Cougars, one way or another. We're glad to have you along Matt's side. And a reminder, Thursday night, we'll be back at it as we recognize our girls' senior night. And I'll tell you, our girls' team,
our girls, as I've heard, we're building up. Last year we had a state champion in Alondra Morales.
Yeah, and Emma Villa took second place at state, and they took eighth place.
That's the end of that match as a 5-0 victory for Gonzalez. Extends the Cougars' lead. But as we were saying, yes, Alondra Morales, state champion last year. She's a senior this year, in her junior year.
All right, action now up to 170. Let's introduce these two first. This is going to be going Aram Garnick, a junior, taking on another junior, and Omar Perneda. Now, I remember these two, Peyton, when they were ninth graders. I remember these guys locking horns as ninth graders. So they just continue to keep growing up, same body size, I think.
As we said, 170 pounds. Aram is a junior. He's got 5 years experience under his belt. He's got 2-time state cross-country runner, first at Oregon 3-course challenge, and a tri-state wrestler. So,
yeah, Aram's a great kid. He's one of those kids that just comes in every day, ready to train. And
really the whole family of Garnicks is really just a family of hardworking people.
Yeah, it's a good way to
his older brother Clinton. His older brother Clinton Garnick.
Let's talk to this position really quick. No, we're good. Aram drug that single all the way back to the center. What he wants to do is get it high. They'll get it way up in the air. Don't go down to the mat. Yes, there you go. Put it between your legs. Take it down. That's beautiful.
Take down. Is that going to be points? That is going to be points for going to first points on the board there.
Yeah, sorry. We were right in a wrestling position there.
Yeah.
Wanted to talk through that now that he's kind of in control. Yeah, you're right. His older brother, really appreciate Clinton Barnett. Graduated last year. He was a 4-year wrestler for the Knights, and now he is serving our country, Peyton.
Yeah,
he's serving our country in the military.
He's serving our country in the military, and we appreciate that as well.
Yeah, thanks, Clinton, if you're listening. Thanks for your service, brother.
Yeah, I hope this got out to some of the family members of the wrestlers here tonight.
You bet. 1 point escape there for.
Which I tried to publicize this a bit so that we'd get some outreach here.
You know what?
Maybe some Warden fans that couldn't make it, Royal fans that couldn't make it.
The idea is let's just keep building, and again, we love it when people come to the action. If you're capable of doing that, I know it just means a lot to the wrestlers on both sides.
Having been
square up here,
having been a player during some events that have gotten live streamed, obviously it means the world to have family, parents, siblings, grandparents, whoever coming to watch you, but it does also mean something when you the next time you see your grandma, your grandpa, and they say, "Hey, I was actually able to watch your TV," and I am so grateful that I do get the opportunity to bring that to some people. So,
nice job there. Aaron was in a position where the Warden wrestler had him in a front headlock. Needed to do a move called a drag out. He needed to reach up, grab that elbow, pull it across the face. But as it is, action stands 2-1 is Aram's lead. And I'll tell you what, Aram has got one of these crazy grips. If he gets a hold of your wrist, he's pretty tough to give it up. So let's see if he can put the positions in his advantage here. 2-1. I didn't see, Peyton. Did you see who took the neutral position? Did you see who elected that?
I did not see that. Okay, sorry. Aram.
Oh, a little slide-by attempt there by the Cougars. Aram did a good job of squaring back up.
This is the 170, and if you look at Aram, you might not guess that he's 170. He looks like he's a little taller, but he's definitely got some muscle on him.
Yeah. He's one of those hard-working boys.
He's a kid that's always been pretty taller, and he's got the muscle. Doesn't necessarily look like he's 170. I don't know if I would guess that.
Yeah.
Probably undershoot him a little bit there. So.
Well, he's got to try to pick up this 2 points. If you get a 4-1 lead, that's a pretty comfortable lead here.
That feels like it would be pretty comfortable. But 2-1 lead is his lead right now, as there's 1 minute and 5 seconds left of this second round.
Yeah.
Both wrestlers just sizing each other up, as you said. A little bit of history there between Garnick and Pruneda.
For sure. So here we go. Let's talk about this. The ref just held up both hands in a fist. Let's see if Aaron can pick up that double. Oh, we had it. Get that leg high.
He's got one.
He's got one,
but Pruneda has that leg hooked. I don't know if that necessarily means anything, but it looks like it could be precarious for Garnick.
He's going to pick up two right here, right on the edge of the mat. Great job.
As they head out of bounds. So 2 points for Garnick. He picks up that 4 lead that you just mentioned.
Yeah, 4-1 lead.
If you could, at least for my benefit, what does the two fists mean?
So anytime a referee holds up a fist, it means stalling. And now this was one of those rare cases where both wrestlers were not initiating action, so he held up 2 wrists, Peyton, which means both wrestlers were dinged for stalling. Now your first stalling warning, it's just a warning. If you pick up a second stalling, it's 1 point for your opponent.
Okay.
If you pick up a third stalling, it's another point for your opponent. A fourth stalling is 2 points. And, I don't know if they changed this rule. I know there's talk. It used to be a fifth stalling, the match was over, a disqualification. In our sport, you're not allowed to sit around. You got to bring the action.
You got to bring the action.
You'll see that referee encourage a wrestler who's evading action by holding up that stalling call.
Yeah, okay. That would make sense, I feel.
Okay, a tactical decision here, Peyton. But going into the third round here, actually the Cougars, it was their choice, and they chose top. So what they're thinking is, hey, if we can get a turn, we're going to pick up some near fall points. We had trouble on our feet against this guy. Let's see if we can get him.
Aram quick to jump up onto his feet. Can he break the grip?
He's going to try to put a hand behind his backside.
He's almost got it.
He's got to cut out here. He's got to try to face him.
So
come
close.
Back up. Come right back
up.
Close.
But he's got to come right back up. He's almost got the grip again, though, on the outside. Spilling to the outside.
The action's going to carry out of bounds, and so we're going to reset.
Unbelievable hit back.
Yeah, Aram did a great job of coming to his feet. Now, when you get to your feet, Peyton,
immediately
you got to take advantage of that position. You got to get hand control. Try to put it behind
he had one hand off.
Yep.
But he still kind of Pineda looked like he almost had one more hand
And
on
if
that.
I was Aram, I wouldn't try to mat wrestle this guy. In other words, there's moves you can do where you sit up and your butt's sitting on the mat.
Yeah.
I think for him, he just wants to get
You don't want to be
out
on the
of that
ground. You want to
position
kind of be on
and
the.
not get into any scrambles. Oh, there's a scramble. He's
There's a
going to
scramble.
win.
He's got him down. He's got him down.
There's
The
a head
shoulders
north.
down.
Oh, he's going to pick up the fall right here. Yeah, you can see
And
that.
that is a pin win for
Warden Wrestler.
Aaron Garnett.
Warden Wrestler was not taking his feet, and kind of, you know, if your feet aren't moving, that means you're not trying incredibly hard to get out
You
of
want a
it.
mic? After our left here, the Orth family, Lindsay and Kenya, have joined us to apparently
That's
cheer us on.
Hey, I got to give a shout out to my wife. She's been a wrestling wife for all these 30 years, and gotta appreciate that. Okay.
As I offered Kenya a mic, she fervently shook her head no.
All right, Peyton, we're going to bump
nerves would
action
set
up to
in.
182 pounds. We'll introduce Alejandro Bustillos for the Knights in the black. And in the
freshman.
blue, yeah, he's a freshman. He's taking on one of these other 8th graders, Jaden Hernandez. Now, Jaden Hernandez is one of the coach's sons, Bustos, that is.
Yeah.
Alejandro picking up the 2-point
Alejandro
takedown.
Bustos. He has 2 years of experience. Bustillos, I believe
Yeah.
it could be. Hernandez, you say he's the coach's kid. He's only an 8th grader, but
Yeah, he'll be a good one down the road.
as I'm sure some of your kids could probably attest, being the coach's kid, he's probably got a lot of experience.
Yeah, he's had all those opportunities to go into the practices and to always try to hit
Yeah.
a grab your head. This could be a 5-point move. This is a move that Warden practices a lot. We got to be ready for those.
the reversal.
Okay. So
So now we're
Nacho
tied up
switches
at 2.
hips here. Got to get your hips up, Nacho.
Got it.
Now you hear me call him Nacho. That was his nickname in middle school. Nacho. So Nacho's got to get those.
I won't assume that's a Nacho Libre reference, but I'm gonna really hope it is.
You know, whether it's just the food or Nacho Libre, either way works. This is another one of those freshmen, Peyton. We keep saying
Yeah.
freshman, and
Freshman,
and
yeah.
these guys, you know, if they'll stick with it, you watch by the time
Yeah.
they're juniors and seniors,
Yeah.
and now they've
Obviously-
had all these years of experience.
Obviously, as you can kind of see on the scoreboard,
Hips
Royal
up,
is
hips
down
up.
by 6.
He wants to crowd into it. He wants to crowd backwards. Oh, he went forwards, Peyton. Anytime
That's-
you get your opponent on their hips like that,
Uh-huh.
if you can just crowd backwards, knock them off their base, you can start to look for some scramble points.
Yeah. So, as you can see here, Royal is down 6 points, as you can probably see on your screen, 27-21 in the way of the Cougars. But a lot of these freshmen, they've come off, as Mike likes to say, Mike Knopfel on the basketball podcast, he doesn't like to look for moral victories.
Yep.
But I kind of do. So a lot of these freshmen, they can take from this, even if we don't end up winning this, and a lot of them haven't necessarily won their matches, but they have fought hard, and all of them had great opportunities there, and will definitely learn from this.
Yeah,
So,
you know, we haven't seen too many lopsided matches where we are out of it.
I feel like every match that we've seen tonight has been pretty well contested,
Yeah, I'd agree with
personally.
that.
So the end of the first round there is going to be a 2-2 tie.
Yep.
Warden is going to take the down position. Warden's Hernandez.
All right, so we got
Quick little
Bustillos has
scramble.
to be really careful. What the Warden wrestler's going to try to do, Peyton, he's going to try to roll him. Okay, he's not going to hit probably anything super fast. It's not his style. His style is to kind of hook some elbows and look to roll. Now, Bustillos is going to be dinged. Here comes another one of those roll attempts. Bustillos, he's got to keep his hips on top.
The ref signaling that
locking hands.
that locking hands.
1 point penalty.
I'm making the sign up here.
Yeah, I see up there.
And obviously Ben can see me, but you at home cannot. I am making the sign because I can't think of what it was called.
Yeah.
The locking hands there.
And you see Peyton how the Warden wrestler keeps trying to hook that elbow.
Yeah.
This is where Bustillos has just got to run his feet like crazy. Get the far shoulder down. If you can get that far shoulder down, then you can drive. There you go. Now you got to run your hips right here.
Yeah.
It's not just about your hand. It's about your whole
You gotta-
body
you gotta
running
push-
that move. Yep.
Almost like a squat. You got to dig your feet into the ground and push them over.
Yeah, for sure. You got to drive.
I guess pushing a sled, a weighted sled, would be more akin to that.
Yep. It transfers for sure. There's another one of those rolls we talked about. It's just something that Bustillos, being a second-year wrestler, hasn't seen as much of. But as he continues to wrestle, hopefully he'll be a little more successful in those positions. Now, he needs to get his head up, friends. If his head's down, that's how you're going to get turned in that position. If he would just Instead of, he's gonna, there he kicks out, picks up the one escape. Now he puts a nice sprawl
And
on. He's got to push
to
that
get
head down.
back on him.
I think he's going to pick up 2 here if he can get all the way around. If he can lift
get
that
him,
ankle.
if he can get him and get the 2 points, then it would be a tie.
Yep. Now we're all
So
tied
now
up,
we're
buddy.
tied at 5.
You know,
Briefly,
I'll tell you this.
Briefly broke the tie, but now we're at 5.
Yeah. I will tell you this. He's got to keep that Warden wrestler flat. And if it was third period, it was me, I would probably tell Alejandro to go back to your feet. That's where you've had success. This Warden wrestlers picked up all of his points off of the reversals. So we'll see what the coaches elect to do as we enter this third and potentially final round at 182 pounds. We're tied up 5-5.
Yeah. Would really like to see personally. I try to be pretty impartial up here, as that's kind of the job. But I would really like to see Royal pick up a pin victory here and tie us up briefly, as Royal would be forfeiting the next match. So.
Yeah.
As that is unfortunate. Happened to the Cougars earlier. What happened to us now? But to be able to tie before we got that, we'd kind of be in the same position instead of being further in the hole.
Yeah, you know, I turned away just briefly for a second there, and I didn't see, Peyton, who elected the positioning, but
I also did not. I was
Bustillos
though
on the bottom.
saying.
You know, if it was my call, I probably would have put him on both on
their feet.
On their feet there.
Yeah.
I don't know whose choice it was. Your knees there. He's got to scramble here. Here we go. We got to scramble. If you can move.
Get up.
Oh,
he can just get up, Bustillos.
Go through. He's got to roll
just
through.
Just get
that.
up, Alejandro.
Just a little bit of experience there. Needed to stay on that double leg and drive it over instead of letting it go.
Looking to get on his feet. Looking to get his feet under him.
He can grab that hand right there with his right. There we go.
He's got to get off of him.
He's
gonna get free and get a point. That puts him up by 1.
Okay, now what he wants to do, Peyton, is go behind. There's 2 points. Oh, he's got to get all the way behind. He's close. There it is, 2 points. Now this could be a situation where you say, hey, grab an ankle, lift that ankle high into the sky. Don't put your hand around his waist, because that's when he can roll you.
Yeah.
You can see the Warden wrestlers getting ready to roll right there. You got to
stay on top.
You got to keep those hands out of those roll positions.
I have to hook one up for you. Give me a second.
Okay, Bustillos, he's riding tight. He wants to roll those wrists in this position, Peyton. If we're rolling those wrists and keeping on our toes, we're not going to get rolled. So this is what's his task.
He's just got to stay in control. He's got a 3-point lead. He's got 20 seconds. This will be 3 points going into the forfeit for the Knights. I feel like that would be huge and get a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, right here. If you can just lift that ankle, don't get out of position. We're going to win this match. Don't let your opponent do something to you.
Just don't give up any points. Don't give up a pin.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I don't believe that there's even any time left.
Hey, a nice match.
And Bustillos will pick up that pin.
You bet. The Knights are going to pick up 3 points after the win there by Nacho at 182 pounds. Good match by both wrestlers.
That was very, very entertaining. Pretty good match. So now we move on to I bumped something and turned my volume up on my headphones to really high.
195. This is going to be a forfeit for the Knights, as Gabriel Cerna, a freshman, is going to pick up the forfeit. Now, this is the bummer of not having all the weight classes, and just between you and I, kind of broke my heart. We had a senior wrestler in Caleb Hernandez who decided not to finish out the season.
So
super tough deal, but it is what it is. We're thankful for all the kids we do have on the team. So let's talk about this next one. This is Kevin Evangelista. He's a 10th grader for the Knights, and he's taking on a freshman in Valentin Juarez.
2 years experience here for Kevin.
Yeah.
Says he's won 6 matches this year.
Yeah, you know, Kevin came out last year as a 9th grader. First time ever wrestling. You know, he's in middle school during those COVID seasons where we didn't quite have as much opportunity. And Kevin, I'll tell you what, to his credit, he is just in the room and he's training. And he's going to pick up 2 points here
right off the bat.
Yep.
Real fast, I would like to just introduce my. We've been joined up here in the Crow's Nest by my father, Neil Livingston. His mic is on. I don't know if he'll be talking much, but he's up here now.
I'm not going to say a lot. I just wanted to come up here and listen to the legend Ben Orth and Peyton. Yeah, it's been quite entertaining to listen to him thus far.
And the legend, in air quotes, for me, not for Ben.
We're having a lot of fun. We appreciate you being here, Neil. So Kevin's on top now. Again, his story last year as a 9th grader, came out, did about half the season, wasn't able to complete it. And this year he said, I'm going to see the whole season through. And he's now a 10th grader varsity in the varsity lineup at 220. And he's working hard.
He's working around. He's got 2 points so far, 45 seconds left in the match. He's not letting this Warden wrestler, Valentin Juarez.
Yeah. He's got to put his weight on him, though, Peyton. One thing is when you get to be a bigger wrestler.
We've gotten up into the heavyweights now.
Yeah, nice. This is another one of those Warden rolls. It's a move called a Granby roll.
And I've heard you mention that a few times here tonight.
He's going to pick up just 2 points. Almost picked up some near fall. Again, this is something we got to work on defensively. You kind of want to look at your team you're going to wrestle, Peyton, and say, hey, what is this team really good at? In the case of Warden, they're typically really good at Granby rolls, especially their bigger wrestlers. They're typically really good at arm bars, and I mean really good. Typically a really good team at single leg takedowns. That's kind of their bread and butter. And so these are things that the coaching staff is going to tactically talk about. And then there's individual matchups. So when you learn a kid like we had one of those younger, lighter weight classes, remember that Warden wrestler who's a really good leg rider. You got to kind of prepare your athlete for those type of tactics.
Yeah, do some scouting beforehand. I know a lot of coaches, a lot of times they tell us to not leave these live streams up because they don't want any free scouting. I don't know how it really works in the wrestling world, but as far as I know, this stream won't come down.
Okay, we got a 2-point reversal. Kevin's got to watch out here. Again, we talked about it a lot.
Lost
Stay
the lead here.
Yeah, 2-4.
Looks like he might be inching towards out of bounds. I don't know if that's intentional or not.
He wants to heist really hard, get that back cutter arm up, just like he did there.
Looking to get up.
Come to his feet now. Don't go to your belly.
Though.
He wants to keep building up. When your opponent's circling around on you, it's a great time to just stand up like he just did there. You want to put those hands.
He's got to try to break that grip.
Yeah, you want to put those hands behind you.
Slams him down.
Yeah, that's what we call a mat delivery there by the Warden wrestler. He was able to lock up and take his opponent down. Well, Kevin needs to do a better job.
Right back up for Kevin. And he's trying to break that grip again. Stay up.
He's got to get that elbow underneath and face him. Now sprawl those legs back.
He's got a hold of his leg.
Put all your weight on him. Drag it down. And then you want to start looking for that go behind. As a big wrestler, you want to pull him down. Put your weight on him. Get your legs back, though, Kevin. You can't go to those hips. You see him on those hips, and that's going to be trouble.
Yeah, now he's got him kind of in a cradle, it looks like, on the outside.
He's going to run out of real estate on the outside.
Yeah, he's keeping his legs up, and they break.
So that's
giving Kevin a point.
This is going to be an escape only. The Warden wrestler probably could have got 2 points in a takedown, but he ran out of real estate on the edge of the mat. Kevin able to pick up the 1-point escape. So 30 seconds left, second round. Watch out for that head and arm.
Takes him down.
Oh, he threw the head and arm, and Kevin didn't have a defense for it.
Takes him down. He's going to get some near fall points here, and a pin for Warden.
Yeah, just a little bit of inexperience. That Warden wrestler hooked up the head and arm, and Kevin needed to look to defend that early as opposed to wait until we're on our back. All right, with the Abel's kind of nursing a little bit of an injury, they decided to hold him out tonight against Anthony Contreras of Warden. So hopefully Abel will be back in that lineup here soon.
We got some exhibition matches still.
All right, so
Warden 45, Warden 24, Royals tonight.
Ben, earlier tonight you were talking about the official and what a good job he was doing. And as just a pure spectator, I do quite enjoy. You see him a lot at a lot of the other individual matches we've been to. Also, really good to see a younger guy out here. I think a lot of the officials, it's getting to be few and far between where you're seeing a younger official these days.
And that's really true. If you go to some of the leagues like Spokane, they've got great officials in my opinion, but a lot of them honestly are in their 60s. We had a guy during the girls' middle school season, 82 and out on that mat. And so it is something, Neil, that we need to get a younger generation into.
We kind of have a referee crisis.
Well, you look at it, it doesn't pay incredibly well. Most of these guys are doing it not for their main source of income. They're doing it for their love of youth sports or in the sport itself in particular. So it's just it's something we need to work on across the board, really across many sports, is building up that officials pool of qualified and high-level officials.
So as you might have been able to hear, we got some exhibition matches. Got some exhibition matches here. I didn't quite see or quite hear what weight And who is wrestling here? You might.
Yeah, we got
you might
Carlos
know.
Barajas going again. He did an earlier match. Now, I'll tell you, Carlos took a pretty good contusion on his knee at the Cross Country Awards banquet last night in January, right? He walked over, and it looked like he had an eyeball poking out of his kneecap. There's another one of those Granby rolls. Carlos able to follow through.
Back up a few steps there. You guys just had your awards banquet?
I know, right? We just had it.
The guy that does their plaques and shirts was slow.
Oh, man.
You know, we got done with the state championships in November. I got drawn for an elk tag this year, so I told the kids I was going to be kind of a focus. And then we had those snow days. You remember? We had all those snow days, cancellations of school.
As the wrestlers go completely off the screen there and completely off the mat, you're going to get called back. So,
yeah. Anyways, Carlos shows up last night. He's like, man, I got this bump on my knee, and it was pretty serious, but he is a tough
you can see
kid.
the knee sleeve there.
You know,
tough wrestling matches.
You know what
here.
his nickname is in cross country?
I would not happen to know that.
It's called the Cross Country Gangsta.
That's a fun one.
And he's a great kid. Love watching him in the races, and certainly on the mat here. Just being a second-year wrestler, he's really showing you a lot of heart and a lot of grit.
Let's see if I can find if he has a Carlos Barajas here. Yeah. Let's see. He's
got to follow that. Good job following that. Now this is the time you want to take your right arm and put it across his face just like that and hit that cross face. That's going to move that guy's head out of position, and we really can't finish things with our head being in bad position. So that was a really good job by Carlos to think about that. What he wants to do is get that back leg free and get behind just like that. Nice work, Carlos.
Let me just say, it is very fun to hear you say, like, this is what they should do, and then for them to immediately do it.
Well, that's, you watch the NFL and Tony Romo, he's fun to listen to.
He's very good at predicting the future.
Yeah, he'll tell you, like, oh, they're set up in this defense. It would be smart to do this little dump under, and boom, they hit it. So,
are you calling yourself the Tony Romo of wrestling commentating?
I don't make as much as Tony does.
It's too bad Tony Romo didn't do that when he was actually playing.
Yeah.
Sorry for all you Cowboys fans out there.
Well, I'm not sorry for them.
But hey, this ain't Cowboy land right now.
I'm an Eagles fan.
Peyton being an Eagles fan.
I'm an Eagles fan. I do not like the Cowboys.
Yeah, so we'll take a quick second as we get into the second period now. Carlos up 2-1.
Yeah.
Good first round action by both these young wrestlers. Peyton, what's your as you look at these semifinals in football? Do you have, obviously you're gonna be cheering on the Eagles, but who are your picks? Who do you think is gonna take it?
You know, I obviously am hoping that the Eagles win this.
Yep.
It was very fun. I was in 8th grade when they won the Super Bowl last time. So now I'm getting back here. Very, very similar season for them, actually. I do think the Bengals have won the last few meetings against the Chiefs, and they have a really solid team. I haven't really watched very many of the games, but I do kind of follow it, keep track of it. Once the Eagles started doing good again, I started to keep track of it more.
Yep.
Bandwagon.
Well, maybe. Joe Burrow is he's a really good football player. So, honestly, the Chiefs would be a tough matchup for the Eagles. So I'm hoping the Bengals win it. I think the Eagles can handle the Bengals a bit better.
Yep. I'm just kind of a Seahawks fan, so from here on out, it's just whatever happens. I'm not too heavily invested. But let's get back to this match.
Yeah, back to the wrestling.
We're almost 3
NFL
minutes
quarter.
in here. Yeah, hey, we're going to talk about different things on these broadcasts. But Carlos still up by 1, but it'd be nice, Peyton, if he could think about getting his feet underneath him, fighting some hands, and looking to get either an escape or reversal.
Yeah,
because that 1-point lead is
that 1-point lead doesn't feel very comfortable.
Well, that wrestler's going to get his choice. Now, here that Warden wrestler's got an armbar. Remember, I told you, what are the things Warden does well? One of those things from the top position, they're traditionally a very good armbar team.
Yeah.
So Carlos has got to put his right foot out. He's got to make sure his hips turn the opposite way that Warden wrestler's trying to twist him.
Yeah, you got to. He's going one way, you got to go the other.
Yeah, anytime you flip over, it's trouble. So Carlos flipped over. Hopefully he can get off his back.
But he can sprawl, and he might be able to slip out here. He's trying to get his head out as they're going to go out of bounds. And the referee's going to call for a reset. As 2 points are awarded to the Warden wrestler. I don't know if we know his name, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. These exhibition matches, we don't have names, but for the Warden wrestlers. But here
apologize. I'll try a little bit. But I did try and go through all the channels I can to get to the wrestlers tonight. For Thursday night stream, I'll try again maybe then we'll have a little more details.
10
on
seconds
some of
left
them.
here. This is my thought process for Carlos. I'm thinking I want to get this last second score, last
Gotta
second
get
point.
some- yep.
Oh, he might get two
And
here. He's going to
got
pick
two,
up two.
and he'll take back the lead.
That was well done. Anytime you can pick up points right at the end of the round.
I believe it'll be Warden's choice, and they'll call for a neutral start.
We'll see. I think they're going to. Is that what they called for?
That is what they called for. That was the signal on the sideline there.
Okay. So they're saying, hey, let's get a takedown. That'll give us 2
Takedown,
points.
get the 2 points.
And
Yeah.
we'll be up by 1. So that's
like-
their thought process.
Again, to compare this to another sport, a 1-point lead in basketball doesn't really mean much because the majority of scoring in basketball is 2 points.
Yep.
So you have a lead by 1 point, but that's really they score another basket, then they have the lead right back. So it's
Yeah. So, again, with Carlos right here, he doesn't need to do anything crazy risky. In other words, take a really cruddy shot.
Yeah.
He wants to stay in position. He wants to force that. See, right there, that was a dive-in shot.
That's not.
Didn't need to do that one.
Even to me, that doesn't look like a very good shot.
Well, it's just
He's trying to sprawl up, trying to get off his shoulders,
Yeah,
trying to roll and turn, and maybe try to slip his head out of there. Does not look like he's in a very good position, though. He's trying to keep his
you can
shoulders
see
up.
Carlos how hard he's working. He's digging those feet in there. He's going to
Working
come
really
out of
hard,
here.
He's
Almost.
maybe get a slip. No, the rest of Warren's going to get him. He's going to stay in control.
You got it.
Carlos is going to flip, get him on his back,
He's going to pick up.
He's going to pick up 2 points for the reversal. Take back.
Here's
hold
another
on.
one of those Granby rolls. Right here, you just want to cross face it really hard, right to the mat, but doesn't quite know that technique yet. So this is what we're talking about. I love watching Carlos wrestle. It's just a little bit of an inexperience. You're up by 1. You don't need to do anything that's silly or risky, and that's just learning. And he'll continue to learn those lessons as he continues to grow up into the sport of wrestling.
As we've kind of been talking about, this team is a very young team, and in a few years, I would expect this team to be a force to be reckoned with as these freshmen continue to grow and learn.
Yeah, it's like thinking, hey, since our team is primarily freshmen, hey, freshmen, you're going to be playing in the varsity football game every night, all of you. That's a tall task, and that's kind of what we're asking these young guys to do. Is that's where our team's at right now.
But this experience, this mat time, will probably end up being so valuable for them in the future.
Oh, I agree.
And we've got some real young 7th and 8th graders. Got a couple, 2 or 3 there that are going to come in and be pretty.
Yeah, like we were kind of talking about earlier. Scout Stevenson, Shay's younger brother, and your son Kale, both exceptional wrestlers coming in, kind of help hold down that fort. So
yeah, that's right. And for anybody still listening with us out there,
Sorry.
the little guy program is up and running. We'll talk about that in a second. But congratulations to the Cougar wrestler, going to pick up a win by decision, 8-5. Yeah, the Royal Little Guy Wrestling Program is underway. Do you have a son or daughter ages 5 through 8th grade that would like to learn some discipline, some hard work, some technique?
Or if you would like to get rid of them for a few hours.
That's right, an hour and a half, burn off some calories and some energy here in the winter. Wrestling practice goes every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7:30 in the wrestling room just off the high school gymnasium.
All right, so we're going back to a quick girls round. I believe these would be our last 3 matches of the night.
All right.
We got Sharon Arroyo once again and Alyssa Martinez.
Yeah, hey, Alyssa's a
100-pounders.
pretty good wrestler, but right now Sharon's got her in a tough position.
Sharon's dominated. She's got a 19 seconds. Sharon Arroyo picks up a pin. She lost her match earlier against Alana Castro, but she picks up a pin in just 19 seconds. Barely even had time to introduce the matchup.
Yeah, she righted that wrong from the first match where she was in it and made a couple mistakes tactically. This time she gets out there and gets the job done pretty quick.
What's the fastest Royal pin in Royal history here, Ben? Do you remember? Can you recall?
That's a question, an answer I don't know if I know. I mean, there's been a lot of decades of Royal wrestlers, but I'll tell you the fastest.
The ones that you know of since you've been around.
Well, I'll tell you, we took a group of middle school kids this weekend, this past weekend to Spokane, and Julian Garcia, granted he's a 7th grader, 9 seconds.
9 seconds. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm sure we've had a few that are faster, but
and here I was super impressed by 19.
but I'll tell you this, guys. It sounds like an impressive feat, but normally what that means is you had somebody that was very disadvantaged.
Yeah.
In other words, a really, good wrestler taking on a very beginner wrestler. So although it's impressive, it's when those wrestlers are both really good and you get those wins. That's when you can say, hey, two beginners that go against each other and you get a win. That's a little bit more, in my opinion, an impressive feat than going against somebody that's not nearly your caliber.
So just for this second match, we have once again Jara Rodriguez, I don't know, against Myra Zarago, I would guess. I have to say this a lot on the basketball podcast. Pronunciation of names can sometimes be a struggle for me, and if you were listening from Warden and I just mispronounced your family member's name, I do sincerely apologize.
So Peyton, can you tell what move she has on top? She's got another arm bar.
Arm bar, yeah.
Just keep talking about it throughout the night.
You do keep bringing that up. That was going to be my first guess.
You know, when I used to be head coaching, that was something we'd do. You'd scout out the other teams, scout out other wrestlers, and try to figure out, hey, what do these guys and gals like to do?
And that's going to be a pin for Myra on Jara. Jara. Sorry.
Yeah, that was a nice
This will be our last match of the night. It sounds like Daisy Santiago taking on Jada Hernandez, 120 pounds. Daisy also lost her match earlier against Danila Escamilla.
Yeah, tonight we're not going to get to see some of our top wrestlers.
Yeah,
Alondra Morales, the returning state champion.
Emma Villa.
And Emma Villa, returning state finalist.
Other seniors, Ivy DeLay and Nasa Mejia. That'll be on Thursday. It'll be the girls' senior night, a girls' duel against Walook, I believe.
Yeah, Warden, there's a nice Olympic roll right into that gator action. Warden wrestlers, again, these girls are really good. They just didn't have any of the middleweight or the bigger weights for our girls to match up against tonight.
So, yeah, we'll be back here streaming that on Thursday. I look forward to that, actually. This has been a lot of fun for me, and I look forward to that. Meanwhile, while I'm talking, Daisy's going to get pinned by Jada Hernandez.
Yeah,
so that'll be a win for Warden in this duel, 45-20. I want to say 6. They shut off the scoreboard very quick after that. So this Thursday, I'm going to shut off our crowd mic there a little bit so I can hear myself talk. Thursday, we will be back here on Royal SD Live. Same place, I believe same time at 6. If that is wrong, well, you'll probably just see when we're streaming.
Yeah, for sure. We hope you guys will tune in. That's going to be against Walook.
And I hope you've enjoyed this. I certainly enjoyed this.
I just want to say, as not a fan of not necessarily not a fan, an uneducated fan of wrestling.
Sure.
Let's say that that I admittedly tuned in to listen to Peyton, but man, I can't express how awesome you two did. It made it. It was understandable for me.
Yep.
And it made it much more entertaining to watch, simply because I was provided with some information.
You bet.
The moves, the things. Oh, this is what I should be looking for. This is what. Oh, if he does this, it's going to be here. It's going to be there. You guys did wonderful.
Well,
I absolutely enjoyed it.
Well,
and,
thank you.
I really, truthfully mean that. Thank you, Ben.
Thanks, Dad.
For showing up and helping Peyton.
Sincere thanks from me.
Peyton's whole wrestling experience has been when he was, I think, 5. We put him in Little Guys.
Little Guys wrestling was not for me.
Very grateful.
Was not for me.
And you guys, honestly, not just because, Ben, you're my friend and Peyton's my son. I really, honestly,
cool.
You guys did amazing.
Yeah, they told me wrestling, and I thought I was going to get to see some ropes, some top rope dives, some chair shots, and I'm not disappointed, but you know.
Well, it's been a lot of fun, Peyton. Enjoyed having you in the booth here with us, guys. Tune in this Thursday when the Knights will take on the Walook Warriors.
Same night time, same night channel. So, like we said, on Thursday, wrestling, and then on Friday and Saturday, we will have basketball.
Yep.
We'll be back there for that. I will be doing the JV games for both those nights, as well as your normal commentators for the varsity. So, make sure to tune in to those dates. You have been watching Knights Wrestling on Royal SD Live. Thank you.